Welcome in, everyone. Hello, welcome in, welcome in. How's it going, everyone? Hope you're having a great Saturday. Oh boy. I'm glad I'm not late. I thought I was going to be late for sure. I got home and just raced through all the stuff I needed to get set up. Hey. Hey, welcome in, Doran. You guys ready for this? This is my first time watching one of these. I didn't realize how long it was going to be. But I'm excited. I really want to hear the guy. Is it Matt Owens? He's the guy who works on the live action. I'm really excited for that. I think that'll be a fun time. Can I go full screen yet? No? Is that a thing I can do? Most of the main people are at the start. Perfect. I'm excited. I'm ready for this. It'll also be way more fun to watch this with, like, a group. This is a great idea. Anybody in here been playing One Piece Odyssey? I made it like a couple hours into that game and then I stopped for a little bit. But I'm probably going to be streaming tomorrow, actually. Get everything still set up. Yeah, it's pretty good so far. I mean, I only got through like the intro area. So I don't know if I don't know if I can like make any judgments yet on it. Cuz some of the things I didn't like so much might be different, like, now that I'm out of the tutorial, I wish I could go live screen or full screen. Want to recommend you Dude in a Room to help with your channel. Dude in a Room? Is that like another YouTube channel? I mean, I am the only YouTube channel, but is it like is it like a video making person? Hey, what's up? Welcome in. Am I cool or am I not? What's good? Dude in a Room. Interesting. He's pretty much Mr. Beast of the YouTube world. Oh, the One Piece world. I'm looking at him. I haven't pulled up on my phone. Interesting. I mean, I'm not on YouTube right now. I would never. There's no one else on there. I would be looking at my own channel if I was on YouTube. But you know, close enough. Then whose video? You're right. Well, so actually, this is a YouTube ripoff website that I'm on right now. It's just external thing. I don't. I know it says YouTube here, but if you look closely, it's actually spelt differently. I don't know how, but it's not YouTube. There's no way. That would be impossible. uh, it's funny. The off-brand bro goob. Yeah, that's what I'm on right now. I'm on bro goob. Oh my god. uh, Odyssey seems too small of a game for some reason. Did I continue? So I'm going to. I probably honestly I might play later tonight. I really want to keep going because I didn't get to the point where you can like. Because like I guess at some point you go to like you like go into memories, I guess, and that's where you get to go explore like Alabasta and Water 7 and all that. I haven't gotten to that part yet, so I don't know. I mean, the intro railroads you pretty hard, so I can't say for sure. Oh, thank you, Gakata. Sorry if I said that wrong. Thanks. This is like one of my favorite shirts that I own. I really want to get to the point because I'm pretty sure you get to Dressrosa at some point in Odyssey, and I really want to do that because if I get to play as Law, I mean, it's over. You like the fighting style, but I'm afraid it isn't hard enough. You might be right. You honestly might be right because the intro. I mean, at least that's why I don't know because the intro is super fucking easy. Like, like you literally are like one-shotting most of the side enemies at least. I don't know if it's gonna like ramp up or not, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. And I'm definitely I rage really easily at games, so I'm okay with it being easy, but like I totally get like wanting a challenge. I just I don't know for sure yet. I'll have to play more. That's part of the reason I was gonna maybe stream more tonight. I want to form an opinion a little stronger on it. Because the tutorials too, I mean, there's no way I can judge it off of that. I wonder if Universe 7 wins. The Tournament of Power? What's that? What is that from? Am I stupid? Do I know? I don't even know. But then Luffy pretty easily beats people, so it's kind of accurate. Yeah, kind of. Honestly, the most powerful character so far in Odyssey is Zoro. Like, his attacks are insane, and they inflict bleed. So, like, not only are you doing a ton of damage right off the bat, you're also, like, inflicting bleed, which causes damage over the next couple of turns. It's kind of nuts. I always have him in my party, at least so far. It's Dragon Ball Z. Oh, dude, Dragon Ball is pretty high up on my list of things that I need to get to. I haven't seen any of Dragon Ball. I mean, everyone knows like the character names, but like I have no context to what's going on in that show. Eventually, I'll get to it. It's not my name. I just used the name of the lead character in Gintama in reverse. Oh, is that? I've been meaning to get to Gintama. I saw a clip from Gintama like 2 days ago, and it was insane. I didn't know what that show was about at all, but it was like two characters carrying a corpse and like everything was going wrong. That shit was funny. I really want to watch that show after seeing that clip. Nirvana was your childhood. Oh, that's awesome. I have enough songs of theirs on my playlist that I feel okay wearing this shirt. Open world One Piece game. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Odyssey is open. I mean, it's like semi open world, but like at least through the beginning, like you kind of had to go where they wanted you to go. Like the characters would, if you tried going down the wrong path, the characters would be like oh, Luffy, don't go that way, go this way. And I was like, no, I want to go this way. I don't know if that continues, but it was really annoying me. What I want is like One Piece, but made like a One Piece game made by the people who made The Witcher 3. Like that is the kind of open world that I want. That would be so awesome. Technically, isn't Luffy's insides made of rubber? I think so. They're pretty sure they said that. You could just kind of creepy to think about, honestly. Gintama is easily the best anime experience of your life. Ah, dude. Oh, you're hyping me up. I want to watch it so bad now. Anytime someone tells me something is their favorite, I like immediately it goes, because if it's someone's favorite thing, like I feel like I'm 100% gonna find something I like in it, you know? Should also watch. I love Mob Psycho. I love it. Mob Psycho is one of my favorite animes. The animation is just insane. I still haven't finished season 3. I'm not emotionally ready for it. I've been sitting like halfway through that season and just like waiting, and oh my god. I am not ready for it. I feel like it's so hard to write Luffy for anyone that isn't Oda. I wouldn't trust anyone who's not Oda. Part of the reason I want to get further into Odyssey is that Oda wrote the story for it, and like, if anything, even if I don't enjoy the game a whole lot, I want to know the story, you know? Like, I want to know what's going to happen. Oh, it's starting. Hold on, I'm going to shut up for a little bit. Oh, is my sound working? Is it not working?
What's up, y'all?
Oh, there it is.
You know what time it is? It's about to be that time.
Here we go.
We are live. Reverie 11. Okay. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody that is here with me. This, if you're not familiar, is a tradition in this community, and I am honored by my peers who have been selected to be the host this year. So we do this biannually, generally.
There's a plot twist.
And
sorry, I'm gonna be quiet for a little bit.
yeah, we're here. So let's just get into some some introductions. Chat's going crazy.
Hold on.
So we're joined by a lot of great.
Is there still an echo now?
Start. We're pretty stacked here. We've got my boy Roger, SpaceX US, back. Oh my god.
Might have just been my mic. God damn it. Okay, hold on. How do I fix this? I can fix this. Hold on. Also, my face is too big. Hold on. Everything's going wrong.
We've got over here sporting phenomenal Sabo cosplay.
We're trying.
And I'm here at the Reverie again. It's the second Reverie I've crashed, oddly enough. But yeah.
Why can't I be eating?
Also, by the way, Randy, we were saying the audio was
I'm hungry, okay? I didn't eat lunch. I mean, I guess it's not lunchtime yet. I'm just hungry.
All of that fixed right at the top here.
Oh yeah, put me in the referee. Just contact them right now. Put me on. Okay, I'm hoping that there's not echo anymore. Hello? Can you guys hear it? I can't hear.
Yeah, I'm in OBS.
Oh. I really hope there's not echo. I did my best.
Classic Reverie.
Because Tekken is Sabo right now. You go to say the monitor's right.
If there is, I might have to find my headphones and put them in.
Messing up the audio. Even though
I'm sorry, man.
It should be fine now.
Conqueror's hockey's too strong.
They're somewhere. I know I have headphones somewhere. I don't know where they're at.
Yeah, no, I'm not mad. I'm Sabo.
Now we're good.
There you go.
It was.
We're giving Sabo Conquerors. That's gonna start some fires in the chat.
No, I think Sabo can get Conquerors. I think that's pretty fair.
For sure. I agree.
Is this Tekking in the bottom? I haven't watched many other YouTubers yet. I like his outfit. It's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right. So
Weird
we are.
conversation to start, but okay. Does Sabo have Conquerors on? Just like they're...
So for everybody.
Oh, it's their audio. Thank God.
We did, Roger's introduction. We had Tekking talking about his Sabo costume. We have the boy Parvision here.
Milady.
Congratulations, my man.
That was good.
Maybe Baby Zen will make an appearance.
Maybe I should be wearing my straw hat.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
We have Artur, the man that attached could only get a photo from behind. So
Hey, I'm a little bit tired today because I've
This guy right here.
been the week obsessionally playing.
This is Artur.
Oh, nice, good.
I'm like 90 hours in and I just completed the game, but hey,
I did.
Did this guy just say he was 90 hours into One Piece Odyssey?
only been able to put 5 hours in so far. That's it.
Hey, hold up. What the 90 hours? How? Did he get the game early or something?
I got it a week,
I don't even think it's been out for 90 hours.
but I mean, yeah, I'm just very happy to be here anyway.
Oh, I'm gonna put this on.
We have our.
Does this make my face brighter?
Joy Boy.
Oh, I appreciate the invite. This is always a lot of fun. Got people that I've talked to.
Oh, that's helpful. There we go. I think you can see me a little better now.
So, really happy to be here. Excited.
I was just gonna say plus they moves. Exactly right.
Oh, and if you haven't checked out my book,
There we go. There we go.
Jonah D. Dragon. or I had that wrong. I don't know what I just said. I am the revolutionary. You're right. That's why I'm not in the Reverie. I'm watching from the outside. That's the only reason why. That's
We have our boy Mugiwara Man B. How you doing, brother?
Yo, I'm doing good. I appreciate being here for another Reverie. It's gonna be a good one. Shouts out to everybody in here and everybody that is gonna come.
I should be back in the full screen.
We have making his first appearance at a Reverie. We have the Hidden Island.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of you guys, I'm the newbie here. A lot of you guys might not recognize me now that my voice is not at 1.5 times speed, but I'm glad to be here. And if you don't know me, I make theories, I make analysis and other dumb videos and funny content, and I'm your personal One Piece bartender. Instead of serving you drinks, I'm here to serve you all that theory, good stuff, and I'm just happy to be here. Randy, thank you for inviting me on, man. I've been watching all of you guys since, God knows how long, so it's good to be here finally and take part in the discussions.
And then we have our special guest.
He got that light skin stare.
For the second time. He was last seen at Reverie XI before there was even any sort of production schedule for One Piece live action. We have the executive producer, co-showrunner of the One Piece live action. You gotta say
Which guy is
something like a Tribe Called Quest. And
There you go.
Here we go.
Oh, it's him. That's him. Oh, that is him. Oh no.
What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for having me. Hey, chat, hello to my fellow Reverie guests. So great being here with you guys again since
I am excited to hear him talk.
on for a quick little talk a few years ago. Very, very excited. Very glad to be here.
Yeah. So, this is exciting, guys. We're here. There has been a lot of major developments in the story of One Piece in general. And I mean, that's the main reason we're here is to nerd
Oh,
about
really?
the good book of One Piece.
Guess yeah, it's probably been in development for a while.
Yeah.
Are we knocking on doors yet?
So let me check something real quick.
I've been knocking on doors. 1,000 years from now, they dig it up and they're just like, we can make a religion out of this.
I hope that the balance between my voice and their voices is good.
We gotta learn how to make fun of this and transcribe it all.
Yes.
There you go.
Major on Hanukkah, but it's like, well, actually.
Reagan will get right on that.
Horror's tweets that are like weekly reminder you should read One Piece. It's like that, except you go door to door and do that. Like, you read One Piece.
I love that everyone else is also just like a evangelical One Piece reader like me.
I'm Randy Troy. I didn't an introduction, but I'm your host today, captain of the Savage Pirates, and we are sophisticated savages. All right, I like to keep the community very inviting. Okay, so any negativity or anything today, I like to tell my mods, I don't want you to ever have to mod. So let's make sure that we're not giving them any trouble in the chat. And let's have some good clean fun. And then the co-captain of the Savage Pirates.
Hello. I'm just gonna kneel down.
The 310 billion. No, the 310 billion.
Hey, welcome in, Griffin.
I wanted a chapter.
I'm trying to shut up for a little bit. I don't want to talk over them. At least not the whole time.
Posters of everybody. Check them out. If you are current with the manga, every chapter that comes out, they in the anime style do drawings.
Wait, is this? Is one of those people in here the person that does all those amazing animations that get released? We're watching. We're plotting.
It's really good. I want to say hi to everyone. Hi, Oh, now I can hear everybody. When I can't see everything. Hi, how you guys doing? Yes, I'll be back.
Those animations are amazing. Every single time I see one, it's like, man, the amount of hours that must have gone into that is insane. Like literally every time. Some of those figurines in the back of this guy's thing, like this Whitebeard one, you can barely see it. It is so cool. Yeah, it's so cool. That must be really expensive. Have I shown you guys my One Piece figurines? I don't think I have. I only have one right now, but I have a second one on the way. This is probably not the right time to be showing them off. I'm gonna grab it real quick. Oh, this is the wrong time to be doing this, but I want to show you guys anyway. Hey, check it out. Gear 5 Luffy. I don't know if I'm probably need to hold it closer. I don't know if you can see it. It's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. I should not be talking over them. It's pretty cool. I have a Zoro one on the way. That's the one I'm really excited for. Hold on. That was like $25. It's not like super high quality, but it's really cool for the price point. Oh man, dude, this is making me ache for a new chapter, bro.
I think that's something that has been missing somewhat from a lot of the more recent arcs. Not to say that they haven't been good, but I feel like because they've been much more long form, and because there's these giant self-contained stories that happen in them, to actually see all these other things coming together, pulled from so many different arcs, and done in a way in which the pacing is so frenetic and so many things are happening all at once. Like, I'm loving it. Every single week, the chapters have been fire from the very beginning of Egghead all the way up to the one I just read this morning, which is 1071. So, yeah, fantastic.
I feel like Oda really like.
Ah, dude, I want a new chapter.
Because it's the final saga, I guess. So maybe get like, let's bring back Cypherpole. Let's, see those interactions again, like Luffy versus Lucy once again, see how that fight goes down. I also just love the juxtapositioning
Ah!
of Wano, which is based on feudal Japan for so long. We're getting used to that kind of like backdrop. Now let's just go to the future. And it's like, I'm still
This is a really, I like that a lot too. The drastic change in setting and just aesthetic. I love it, dude.
I really feel that it is the final saga because it's just the fact that we've gotten like a stretch of chapters where we're getting like series changing revelation like every single week. To me that just blows me away.
Ah!
I really think the last chapter, how, like, I think for majority of the
This is fun already.
ever since a lot of people were like, oh, we don't have time for Hell, and then that got thrown in.
Dude, I forgot. That's literally how the last chapter ends. Is oh my god. I really hope we see Elbaf this next chapter. Oh my god. I gotta shut up. Everyone was hungry. Oh, dude, it's Luffy's dream, man. The food machine.
I think everything that One Piece fans were excited for is finally showing up, and it's gonna be a great final arc.
Yeah. It still has.
Hey, you made it, Racer Rat. Welcome in, dude.
Punk right now. Like it's like a real thing to like just see on the page. And on top of that, like what I love about Egghead is that it's just starting to give us like finally it feels like we're getting more answers than questions. We're starting to see a little bit more of like what the world 800 years ago might have looked like, what the technology they had that they were capable of using back then. Answers about devil fruits or potential. It just feels like.
Are you like on break or something? I'm glad you can make it for a little bit though.
And it's just yeah. All I can describe as is surreal. It's surreal. It's surreal.
It feels like the beginning of the end, where you got all the factions on the board are moving and coming together.
This is so fun to listen to. I'm trying not to talk over them.
Bedding in while we're getting all this incredible, everything about it, chapter by chapter. I'm here for it.
It's just nice seeing them again too. Like after
Facts. Facts. I love just having the crew back.
just seeing Nami, Robin, all walking around and like discovering and putting together that discovery is something I feel like we haven't gotten in a while. So just like we're on a new island where someone's seeing it with Straw Hats all together. It's just so nice to see them together and interacting.
And I want to just add to that, like, I love that now we're introducing a new dynamic of Jinbei being in the crew, and he's kind of like the crew's dad, and like the scene, like,
Yeah.
the Hawaiian shirt and Chopper like running around town, and he's just like the dad bringing his kids to an amusement park. It's funny. I love that. Yeah.
I also really I love the split with those characters as well. Yes, like Matt was talking about, it's awesome seeing the characters together again in one arc and being in close proximity. But I think in particular the very opening of Egghead, where you get the Jinbei, Chopper, Luffy, and Bonnie group, and then everybody in the other group. It's like the perfect amount of you've got like the parental figure, you've got the pet with Chopper.
Oh, dude, Jim Bass is amazing.
Our happy protagonist that wants to see everything and do everything, paired with like the guest supernova of the week. I think it's fantastic.
I've definitely just missed having the whole group there. You're watching this whole thing throughout the week. I gotta get to work. I'm glad you could pop in though, dude. I hope work isn't too bad.
I like part of it. Kind of like a turtleneck thing going on. That's pretty neat.
Had to come on, Brain.
I can't say what you're wearing, Joy Boy, but I bet it's impeccable.
He's a full Whitebeard cosplay on.
Just imagine.
He's cosplaying his silhouette.
I'm definitely having fun so far. I'm trying not to talk too much, but I keep having thoughts, and I feel bad talking over people, even though I'm not in the same thing as them right now.
There's enough people saying, welcome to the Reverie XI legend, future Hall of Famer.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. now it's your turn. Now you're gonna have to sit there and host everybody.
But to say, yeah, it seems like most people are still just like introducing themselves.
It does feel good, like, as previous referees, to sit back, relax, and be like, yeah, you know what? You just, you know,
So it's like, control myself. Great. Man, what's up, bro? Been a while.
I'm really excited to get. I don't know a whole lot about the live action stuff yet. I'm really excited for that guy to talk because I've seen like the casting and I've seen like a couple things, but yeah, isn't Murphy Napier supposed to be in this? I watch a lot of her videos, but not even her One Piece videos though.
I like it so far. It's a nice, refreshing start. It seems like we're going back. It feels a little bit like Punk Hazard in the sense where you're going into like a real scientific world. You're discovering new things about everything that's going on that we didn't realize. Did we learn about
Okay.
In Punk Hazard, or was that?
That was at the end of Fishman Island.
Okay, so the hint of their battle was Punk Hazard. So you're still wondering, but
Punk Hazard was their battle, so you kind of got
you kind of got like a little intimate. So I mean, it's a breath of fresh air. Considering that I think I got jaded from Wano, and it's nice to get reveals about Devil Fruit, see Vegapunk, a lot of voices.
It's so interesting to me. I didn't see.
Gear 5 movies now it's just all in all switch. It's gonna turn Gear 5.
Once I finished Wano, I found out that like a lot of people weren't super hot on it, which is crazy to me. I thought it was amazing.
Completely knocked out or anything. Still around.
Need a win. Needs competency. We got it. It's all I ask.
I'm okay with that.
I feel like you guys are reminding me during Wano.
I guess that's fair that the ending could have. I don't know though. Like I feel like a lot of the stuff that like wasn't done, he's probably saving for later. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm smoking hopium. I don't know. And Yamato didn't join. I guess that's fair. I didn't really care if Yamato joined though or not. At least personally. That's probably fair. I probably got a way better experience because I did read the entire thing in one go. Yeah, Kaido's I don't really care too much about that Kaido's because we got like enough, and I feel like a lot of what made Kaido interesting was that like he was just powerful and he was like at the top of the apex, and like he didn't necessarily need deep motivations for that. He was just super strong, and that's all he needed to be for the purpose he was serving for our main character at least. I gotta stop talking over them.
Or with an agenda.
Well, not even necessarily with the Reverie card. It's more we've just been on this rail, not even following any sort of blog posts and everything. For a while, it was almost the navigator of the crew.
If anything, the editors were the ones that told us.
So I was saying that for the first time there's no destination, and it's like it kind of reminds me of pre-time One Piece, where they're just sailing the seas, enjoying
Yeah.
enjoying the adventure. For as much high stakes and
I totally agree on this.
that was leading up to Wano, I want y'all to take high stakes with a grain of salt. But leading into Wano, it was real like. It was real serious. The tone was very serious. I feel like now there's some serious stuff going on, but we're back to that classic feel adventure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
B didn't go to Elbow. Like I think a lot
I
of
really liked that we didn't know exactly where we were going uh, before Egghead Island. Like they weren't sure where they were going, which it hasn't been that way since literally pre-time skip, right? Like literally every island they've gone to since then, like they knew exactly where they were going.
I just want Kid to have an interaction with the Giants that causes strife for Luffy when he arrives. So whereas Luffy should be arriving to Elbaf,
Interesting.
like open arms because of Rocky, Wano, and Kashi. I want his connection to Kid via the newspapers to basically change the way Giants even view the Straw Hats before they get forced.
Interesting.
Well, not just that, but like the whole thing with the burn scar, with Kid, the character of the burn scar after Wano. Now that we've got this guy who knows Saul is alive. I feel like the end of the most recent chapter kind of confirmed Saul.
Yeah, it's gotta be right.
Is there anybody here that isn't Saul? Yeah. There you go.
I would be very surprised if it was anyone but Saul. And like, I'm wondering why. Like, what is he gonna do? Like, I'm wondering what purpose he's gonna serve in the story now.
because technically Luffy was supposed to go to Elbow according if he was because Kid and Log were going to the same place, but like Kid ended up luckier going to Elbaf and Luffy drew the short stick. So it's like I wonder what that says about Luffy's luck. Because usually he's the lucky. So it's like Kid's like
He went to Mega Man.
This is true. Yeah.
So we got a couple of people jump in here. We got Commodore Laz here, and then
Relationship with Aokiji. I wonder if there will be some kind of like a,
slipped in.
I don't know if they'll see each other again, Aokiji and Saul. That would be an interesting thing to see. I just want to see Robin and Saul reunite. I feel like I'll cry probably. Yeah, it's gotta happen. I really hope that like they get off Egghead Island and head to Elbaf. I just want to go to Elbaf, man. That's all I want. The island's been built up for like, goddamn, almost 1,000 chapters. That was like beginning of the hundreds, right? It was a long time ago. We do need Usopp importance. He hasn't had a big story moment in a long time. Yes, Frankie too. Totally agreed.
Such an exciting, like telling moment, like people said before, we haven't felt like since the time skip. But like personally, I absolutely love every single one of the Vegapons. Like I said before, it's just seeing the Vegapons just acting the story, not just one of them.
Yeah, pretty much all of the like anyone who's not Luffy, Zoro, or Sanji. Like I feel like they deserve a big moment here soon.
Literally teasing for like well over a decade, like 15 years, and it's like maybe over that actually, and it's like, by the way, not just one design, there's seven. Like, oh, there is. But to be fair, though, I mean, also the main body of Vegapunk, I think works perfectly. Like the Albert Einstein thing's very on the nose, but the Oda style is
Yeah, his main body's super goofy. True, we don't know a whole lot about Brook's former life. Dude, when he reunites with Laboon, waterworks. I'm gonna be crying so hard. Oh, there's still an Echo? I'm so sorry. Oh no. wondering if I can.
How they update to the punk records. Still, they're that cool, and you just feel how much detail they put in or Oda put in creating.
Trying to see if my mic can.
Like, oh, let's just have 6 or 7.
Let me try something real quick.
The fact that there are the fact that there are different sides of like
I don't have my headphones. Is the problem?
interacting together. Because you have someone like Shaka who's like this agent of, and then just like
I'm gonna try something. Nope, that's not gonna work.
My favorite one is Atlas. Atlas is such a savage.
I know I can fix this. Hold on.
I kind of like Edison. I just want a little figurine of Edison like hopping around.
It just my microphone. It's too good now. It picks up everything.
Literal god, like they're seeing a literal god fight them, and then
Okay.
I forget her name, but she's just like, oh, let's bring out the bazooka. That's gonna.
How does this work?
Team Lilith all the way.
Is there still an echo? I'm probably a little bit quieter now,
Shaka, I don't know, after 1066, Shaka just like.
Shaka was
but I'm hoping there's no echo.
With the Daft Punk helmet.
You know what it is? It's design. I think it's the design for Shaka, but Lilith,
Yeah.
that's the one.
I really like York. I like the idea.
Nerf my mic. Yeah, it needs a nerf, dude. This new update. Oh god. Okay.
I just want to point out that no one has mentioned Pythagoras yet. I just want to give Pythagoras. a
No,
shout out.
stop.
No one cares about him apparently.
Edison.
Okay, I hope there's no echo anymore.
I want like Pythagoras to turn into like a tank. And
My mic is too powerful, and I lost my headphones, so I.
Saw there was like if you think of like
Sweet.
Eggman, like the Eggman.
I am so glad it's gone.
Sidekicks, that's how I see them. Yeah.
Although I can barely hear what's going on. I'm gonna move my speakers.
We just need a couple Chaos Emeralds and we're good to go.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then York.
That should be fine.
that all the Vegapunks come together and do the docking.
Oh, that helmet's dope. Oh my god.
Oh, Randy, I love the Shaka helmet. Fantastic.
Oh my god, how did you get a Shaka helmet?
How do we get Uteron on the stream?
Yeah.
Sweet.
I had to say it. Someone was gonna say that.
Randy ended up getting that same one.
There's only one true Vegapunk satellite.
Yeah. Link me the Amazon after when you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, just get a Daft Punk cosplay, basically.
Yeah, just get a Daft Punk cosplay.
There
on
you
it.
go.
Fair enough.
I want to point out, like, Laz was talking about how cool Shaka was. So I actually cosplayed as Shaka at Comic Con.
You did a great job.
Thank you. And like the thing about it, it's like it's so objectively cool that people who don't know One Piece still were like, "This is so cool. What is this from?" And then,
That's cool.
And then,
I haven't seen any Whitebeard cosplay before. I'm gonna look that up real quick. Now I'm thinking about it.
But they were like, "What?"
We're talking about cosplay.
That's so cool. Some people immediately knew that was like, "Oh, that's a cool Daft Punk cosplay."
That was totally off the like not even close to what they're talking about, but
all around, like,
that's where my brain went to.
Cosplaying it, it made me appreciate Oda's design for that even more because it was just like you could see the immediate like glow in people's eyes when they saw me dressed up as Shaka, and it was just like,
You see.
ooh, this is such a
I feel like you like. I feel like it's. You have to have a pretty. I mean, how do you get Whitebeard's build, right? Like, man's just built like a monster truck.
Well, him and Lilith probably got the most reaction.
Yeah, oh god. Oh, Lilith, obviously, but like, yeah.
Oh, Lilith, I mean, I thought that was the actual Vegapunk.
Who could play
A lot of people are
Dwayne the Rock Johnson? He can play Whitebeard and Usopp.
Because the whole time I thought it was Mario was like about the old man Vegapunk.
Yeah, he referred to as an old man a lot, but then I was like, okay, is it a clone? Is it his daughter? Is his daughter that is a clone? Like, what's going on here, you know?
That was not funny.
Oda is a master of character design because this man gives us one of the coolest looking characters in the story.
It's fucking great.
Back to back with one of the most unaesthetically pleasing characters ever with Vegapunk's like.
I don't know who could play. I don't know. Who's like a really, really like imposing
Time Dragon too, right?
Henry Cavill 20 years from now?
Day as well. That's
I don't know.
My favorite thing about Shaka is that I feel like when the anime
Actually,
gets to him,
honestly, I could see it maybe.
extreme anime trope of just thrown into the corner of the frame, back to everybody, just talking very calmly.
Yes.
Yeah.
and
smoke.
Hidden said like the main Vegapunk.
Hulk Hogan. Oh my god.
At the same time, it was perfect. Like when
Perfect casting.
His main design is so good.
Yeah.
Like, I love it.
And even that is cool too. How you can make a character that doesn't look appealing to the eyes, but everyone just loves it. You know what I mean? Like off the rip. That's just. And then the head.
Oda's really good at that.
Luffy said it best when like there's like, hey, do you want me to? I want you to take me off this island, and Luffy was pretty much just like, yeah, you have a funny head, sure, let's go.
That's how Luffy makes all his decisions.
So like, give it like 7 limits. You know?
That's why I like
That's how you do it.
So good, man. Just because like even we got like the whole dragon, like Vegapunk stuff there, but then actually getting to see the design and like learning about him more after the fact and stuff. I really think he's really one of the best characters post time skip.
Oh yeah,
there's
that's
a lot of stuff about him that I start to love now. Where it's like he talks about how he wants to restore. Or actually, like, store all this, like, information in his mind and stuff. But there's always so much that you can do, and now he has.
Dude, Vegapunk's just he's creating the internet. That's what he's doing. He's literally inventing the internet. That is Vegapunk's goal.
You got to see a bit more about Vegapunk.
Shaka has a mask.
This is Team Vegapunk, so we got to wait and see a little bit.
Am I dumb? Shaka. I know who this is, right?
Give me more mads. This group is so cool, and the stuff that they must have done.
Why am I dumb? Oh, this guy. Okay, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Together as a crew back in the day, like that's.
It's Daft Punk. That's who Shaka is. I forgot.
I'm so happy you brought that up because like this is the first time that cover stories meeting stuff in the actual plot of the manga at the same time.
True. I forgot to talk about that in my video. It's crazy.
I couldn't, bro. I was so.
That was insane. In the same chapter,
yes.
You start putting in a cover story and in the chapter.
It's crazy. I've never seen that happen, where the main plot weaves into the cover stories in real time.
After Wano in the anime, they're gonna adapt the cover stories instead of jumping straight into it. I heard a rumor.
I would love for them to do that because I've always been an advocate of that.
You know what would be perfect if they did the Rob Lucci cover story before.
Yes.
Prior to so see what happens after. That was
And honestly, the Ace cover story as well.
That is interesting.
I love Ace
cover story. That one's good.
I haven't watched any of the cover stories in the anime, so I don't know how they've handled it so far.
Enaru would be great as well before Egghead.
We need Enaru back in the story. His cover story was the best cover story by far, and it still hasn't come full circle. I'm ready for that, dude.
He's in Puerto Rico, but he did jump into the chat.
Very nice.
All right, so shout out to him. And Matt, your favorite character is Law. What are your thoughts on Law and everything going on with him and Blackbeard? Let's switch gears.
I'm glad that people are finally gonna stop sleeping on his crew. It doesn't matter if they take an L here at all. It doesn't matter.
I
the fact
apologize.
that they didn't get
I didn't know they existed.
I wasn't really familiar
Yeah.
with
I wish Law's crew got a little more exploration. I feel like I don't know them very well, even though they've been in the story for a while.
Yeah, exactly.
What good reason? No, there is no
They
good
do
reason.
nothing.
There's a lot of good reasons. You didn't let them do anything yet.
Yo, one of
They're waiting for the big stage.
One of their top guys was John Bart, who got folded by Blackback and Zoe. I'm sorry, I can't.
But here's like a little inconsistency I realized.
Beppo should have Sulong. That would have been
I
dope.
forgot their names. The whale guy and the penguin guy, right?
Yeah, I can never remember their names either.
So in Onigashima, in the anime, right? In Onigashima, when Luffy falls in the water, instead of them going out to save Luffy, they crash the ship into him. And I'm like, wait a second.
He's fine.
No, but he's fine. But they could have easily just swam out and picked him up. But
I guess that's true.
I would say just by evidence of the fact that they're in the new world and none of them have died yet, they have to have some kind of like, camaraderie
True.
to fight
True.
to not die. Like they have to have some level of competence.
Something important with Beppo. I hope so. Law's crew is interesting. We just don't ever get anything with them. They're just kind of there.
That's the actual pirate. Everyone else is just there running the submarine.
My thing with Chachi and Penguin is if they're that good in the water, I just wish Oda had taken a moment during the the Raizo section with the water and Onigashima to just have them do something.
Yeah, that's true. I actually didn't think about that. That would have been a cool thing to do.
See something from Kids Crew as well. We're gonna be like, yo, they're that good at this. Why we didn't see it? So it's
We had to see
Marco do that.
Giants. Oh man.
dude, when Jinbei threw the water, Beppo was drowning. But Beppo's a polar bear. Polar bears are great in the water. Like it's
scared of water. He had a traumatic experience when he was.
How dare he get the science of polar bears wrong?
Makes sense now.
You're thinking of Zeppo, okay?
Yes.
I wasn't paying attention to none of them because we had female law canonized in the manga.
That was nice. Yeah, Rule 63 law was. Yes.
That's all I needed.
Didn't expect that when I opened up that chapter, but not complaining. Okay.
Obviously, my big agenda is firing. Law in sword, Garp in sword. Aokiji in sword. Like all of these individuals are about to be in the same place at the same time.
That's gonna be nuts, dude. All those people at the same place. Oh, dude.
Theory, just so that we have an explanation for why his crew is made up of a bunch of scrubs. Because if they all happen to be Marines, then it makes sense.
Hey, you say Sulong. Wait until Beppo goes Sulong. I think you're gonna be like.
Hey! Tekking's on the same page as you, Doran.
That's a dead dream. That's a dead dream.
We're gonna get it.
It's a dead dream.
Oh no, I think Otis specifically said he hinted at it. I think we're gonna get it. Yeah.
Braga, you can take that. He didn't just said Marines are scrubs. You can take that?
Well,
Are
for
they
the
not?
most part, like other than the admirals and certain vice admirals. And,
Like Momonga, right? Just like.
Oh, Momonga's the greatest vice
Yeah,
admiral.
I was about to say.
we got Doberman, you know. Homosagius, I thought like.
Man's out here disrespecting the heart pirates, talking about
Strawberry?
We'll be associating Doberman with the Hard Pirates. It's not a good. That's not gonna help.
Oh my lord.
Now, if Doll's a hooper, then we may have hope.
Hey, Smoker. We'll see how that
Yeah,
goes.
no, Smoke is a Chad.
Momonoga is the admiral that met Boa.
I mean, this is very neat.
I do not remember that.
I think we saw her and she had like.
I am smooth brain.
Yeah, I don't know if they're. I don't know if they're tattoos or yeah.
I'm gonna look at this person up.
That she is Zoan?
I don't remember this character.
I don't care what she
You know,
is.
I think she's just perfect.
It's just emo.
Oh, this guy. Okay. Oh, yeah, I know. I remember this guy.
She's perfect. That's what she is.
Yeah.
He's kind of a Chad, low key.
Blackbeard will win. Can we agree on Blackbeard?
I'm on Blackbeard. I think Law is not coming out of that unscathed.
Law just ran into a bug.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
I'm
sorry.
just terrified of the idea that like we're gonna get a moment where Blackbeard's gonna meet Garp, and then we're gonna end the chapter with Room, and then I'm just scared.
Yo.
I'm just terrified for that day.
I mean, the
just don't want
scary
that.
thing is Blackbeard getting his hands on the off-off fruit. Like that's the
That's
big.
what I mean. You should not.
Yeah.
Blackbeard-
Terrifying thought.
Which is just said anything, but like he could.
Dude, wait, I'm really hoping maybe now with the coalition, that's not a word. I'm talking over people. What I'm trying to say is that I hope we figure out what Blackbeard's doing. With if an encounter with Garp, maybe something will happen. Maybe we'll find out something.
Definitively, the Garp fight that we're about to get into and the stuff that just happened with Law both end with Blackbeard winning.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense for Garp to beat Blackbeard.
They have to beat him so then Luffy
Yeah, it
can
definitely
beat
does.
Blackbeard.
Yeah.
Right.
And it pains me to say it, but Garp's gonna probably.
Especially because of his old age, but I think it's a good time to kind of see like what Garp can actually showcase in a fight. It's just an unfortunate thing that he got older and stuff. And Blackbeard, I've always kept the same energy that every arc since post time skip, he's gonna go stronger and stronger, and like literally he should be like top 2, top 3 at the moment, if not the top.
We don't know
guy.
if he's at his peak yet.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna come out of left field. Like whatever it ends up being, it's like not gonna be what anybody's been thinking.
Like only person that will come close to him, I think, right now would be Shanks, the only one, and then we're. Still
And we expect him to beat Shanks. So.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
With Blackbeard, I don't even think it's a strength thing. I think he's just such a good strategist that it doesn't matter how strong the other guy is.
Yeah,
he's gonna have a way to like come out on top regardless. So like.
Ultimate opportunity.
I think
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
both.
So,
He took one
the
of
only
Law's
point-
best attacks, and he was right back by the end of that chapter.
And now we know that he has hockey too as well and stuff. So it's-
True. We still don't even really know what Blackbeard wants.
My contention to that point was Blackbeard.
I mean, we
is
kind
a
of,
good
sort of do, but not really.
But also, you know, he fights underhanded. He fights dirty, and you know,
He's always
like,
by
like,
Mickey. He's always by Mickey. He's a rat.
yeah. Here's the thing, though.
And in a way, he feels like one of the last
He's seen
big
every
antagonists, you know?
Every single pirate crew up and down the Grand Line. Like that's literally what he does for a living. Okay. So I'm trying to think of some way that Blackbeard could get a one-up on Garp that Garp would not have seen coming a million miles away, and I'm not seeing that.
True. Honestly,
Whatever Shanks didn't see
Yes,
coming.
that is the
Yes.
That could be the thing.
My-
Well, I will say that
dude, I really hope. Oh, dude, I really hope we see like a flashback of Shanks and Blackbeard. That would be. Oh, that would be dope.
Well, no, I've already said it before, but it adds into the point that Tekken was saying is that part of the reason
True. Why does he want One Piece?
is because
Like he's
some
clearly
sort of
not
resonance
for the
with
same
that
reason
Blackbeard's
as
spirit, whether it's something like the whole
Luffy, obviously.
The best time for that to ever be addressed would be a Garp meeting
Okay.
with Blackbeard, right? And if Blackbeard all of a sudden it's like, oh my god, why do I feel Zebek's presence here for whatever reason? That would be the one thing that would catch him off guard. Where at Beehive Island, Blackbeard, Saber of Zebek, like there's too many connections to rocks for us not to get
True.
involved in rocks.
Dude, that would be a perfect time actually to find out about rocks, Garp versus Blackbeard. I just have a feeling we're gonna learn a lot. I have a strong feeling.
Blackbeard who has kidnapped Kobe. Blackbeard might kidnap.
Strong feeling.
In some way, so we got Blackbeard, Law, and Kobe, which that all relates to the Rocky Port incident, and we kind of may have like something that connects to that. And the Rocky Port incident also involved the rocks. And
Wang Ji.
Blackbeard defeating Otoku
Wang Ji.
and getting,
Saber of Zebek?
Oh, that's true.
Maybe that means something.
I feel like all of
Hold on. Is Zebek something we've heard before?
There's also the fact that Oda kind of said the whole thing at Jump Fest that
Oh, that's Rock's last name? Ayo? Ayo? What? How did I not know that?
Battle Royale and like
That just blew my mind. Hold on.
I
What?
think it's Garp.
Yeah, I think
As
it's.
much as I don't want to see it happen, I think it's gonna be.
I don't think it's Garp. I don't think so.
My mind is blown right now, dude.
Nope.
I really think we got to see a Garp and Dragon meeting.
Oh, that would be fun. Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Ooh. I'm getting so excited just listening to them.
Yeah.
I think also like Oda's statement where he said, "Oh, I'm praying nobody dies," doesn't to me confirm that anybody is going to die. It's that we're in a situation in which a character
A lot of people could die.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And
Dude, you're blowing my mind right now. His flag has 3 skulls on it. Yo, what is going on?
Dragon and Garp before he eventually kicks the bucket, but I do feel like we're gonna get a moment in which we think Garp will be close to death, and I totally stand by the fact that I think by the end of series, Garp will die.
Well, yeah.
Here's why Garp, if Garp goes to Pirate Island Beehive, the reason why he would not die is because Aokiji's there. Even if he's about
Yeah, and
to die,
I do
I'd say
expect a flip. I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that has to be with Aokiji. Yeah.
Yeah,
hell no.
Aokiji wouldn't let him die.
So would Aokiji die
Dragon don't
sacrificing
No,
himself?
no, but I think there are ways in which he can help without actually helping.
I could see that happen. But it's like it's weird. Like, do I see Aokiji being in the final war and stuff? I think he's gonna be like that's gonna be one of the catalysts that's gonna launch into the final war. Because I do feel like I've always had the
Dude, that final war. Oh my god. Oh my god, you just know he's got some stuff he's been sitting on for a while, waiting for that.
Right, so that where whoever lost was gonna be the one that's gonna be working underground for Blackbeard, and the other one was gonna take the reins in the Marines.
You think Akainu would do that?
I think it could be possible. Maybe look, Akainu has been doing nothing all post time skip and stuff. So
Akainu is definitely not doing anything to subvert the government.
And honestly, you gotta think about it. Like if it was flipped, then there's no way Akainu is going to be like the 10th Titanic captain.
Which is why he
the win. That's why it was Aokiji because he could actually pull that off. Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm not mad at
It
what
makes
Laz
sense
is.
from that angle. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm not mad at what Laz is suggesting, but I think it was more so along the lines of like Akainu letting Aokiji know that he just can't lose him. He's too valuable just to lose. So he's like, hey, listen, we both still have the same goal. You got your justice, I got my justice. So
Basically said let's stay out of each other's
Dude,
way.
I really want to learn what Blackbeard is. Oh god, I keep talking over everyone, but I really want to learn what Blackbeard his motivations are because I feel like that'll inform us a little bit to why Aokiji's now working with him.
Yes, he's attached to the Marines, but it seems that Sword is moving independent.
It's independent of what's going on with Akainu.
Akainu doesn't know anything about it.
Can you imagine a secret sword meeting with Akainu and Kobe?
Dude, but that's the whole
I just want to know why Aokiji went to Blackbeard specifically. I feel like there's so many other things he could have done,
Garp is
right?
the leader of Sword to me. That's why Garp is the leader of Sword, and that's why I'm excited for a Kuzan and Garp like meeting during all of this. And if Garp is supposed to go down in this situation, the only way I'll believe it is if it is Blackbeard. But if it ends up
Red
being,
Chapter
like,
Zero?
a Kuzan situation, then I'm just
No, wait, wait. Someone sent it to me. Oh shoot, I forgot. I need to read Chapter Zero.
Into the water, like if Kuzan freezes Garp or something, and
to save you. So
I can't believe I forgot about that. Oh my god.
Blackbeard does a double tap and like uses
Hold on.
the girder.
I'm pulling that up right now. I can end the drought.
That would be tough.
Now we know that Paul is still alive. I don't get another instance of Aokiji freezing someone to make it look like they're dead to save.
I would hope not.
You
What
got
if he stabs them and like throws them in the water or something?
If anything,
Yeah, there
locks
you
them in
go.
like a room in this scenario and stuff, just get them out of there before they die or something. I see that more being possible
I
because they're all
agree
going to be
too.
there in that moment.
Matt, you just brought up something real quick that I want to touch on because I feel like this was something that was kind of touched on in the community, and there were a lot of different thoughts on this recently as well regarding like Saul being frozen. Because like I think like people who are in the chat know this. Like I am notoriously I hate the fake death thing, but to me, the Saul thing made sense. Like thematically for the story, where you
That does make more
that
sense.
he was dead because Robin needed to feel like she lost everything. But I don't necessarily know if everybody agreed with me and thought that that was actually a good fake out. And was there anybody who didn't?
I don't like fake out deaths all that much either.
I think it was a great fake out because Oda never confirmed it. I think it's just a problem that Oda has cried wolf with fake deaths so many times that when he
Yeah, it
cried
feels like
a
one of
good
the rare
fake out,
occasions,
it still feels bad. That's
I
the
mean, that
problem.
might be his tactic at the end of the day. I'm just gonna do a bunch of fake out deaths, so you just never know which one is actually.
You never know, like, because there are so many fake out deaths, especially early on in One Piece, that it's just hard to know.
Something to do with Robin. I think because like look, we know that Aokiji and Saul knew each other from their time together in the Marines. So I think that relationship and who Saul is why he saved him. I think that was separate of Robin.
I feel like as long as there's proper setup and there's reasoning behind keeping a character alive or bringing them back, it's fine to do it. But there has to be a written reason into the plot, and there has to be setup that makes it logical for them to still be alive. Pell, there's no reason for us to assume
the Pell
why
thing
he's
is-
alive. Because like, how do you survive the bomb? Like how, like that logically that doesn't make sense. But
True.
with
True.
Saul, there's a lot of
Zone,
established
baby.
context to tell us that okay, he has a relationship with these characters. These characters were there when he died. It's possible that they could have spared him, and that's more easy to believe.
Ice time capsule. Like,
Yes.
I mean,
Ice time capsule. Also, the whole thing
And that's
with
when she's a
Aokiji is
giant
he has
too,
like
so
moral
iceberg
justice and stuff, and he was friends with Saul to begin with. So like, yeah, his temperament made it
Who
make sense.
Aokiji
Yeah.
was, it made sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hi,
yeah.
Joy Girl.
Shout out to Joy Girl joining us.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
up, Joy
Sorry,
Girl?
guys. Hello, nice to meet everyone who I haven't met already. Yes, I'm sorry for being a little late, but I'm glad that I joined in at this time. It seems like it's a good discussion.
Hey, time zones.
Sure.
Talking about fake out deaths and whatnot.
Yep.
Yeah. So maybe this is
Yeah.
So,
is anyone worried about Kobe like dying possibly instead of
I don't think
Garp?
Kobe's gonna die.
There's no way Kobe dies, right? No way.
All the way to the
wrong time. Honestly, I think
Kobe next to Luffy has probably the most plot protection.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
I like that idea though that like Aokiji could freeze somebody, and the reason why is actually like one of my mods shared this with me was like if you look at what Blackbeard has done and try to piece together the motives as to why he's taken Kobe, right? It's kind of weird when he talked about Kobe.
True.
Like, oh, you helped me out at Rocky Port. We don't really know what that means yet.
Yeah, he's gonna be
But we also
somehow.
know that
He's gonna somehow be in the end of the series.
I think that I've held Garp
I'd revolt,
for
dude. So would I. I'd be so sad.
needs to be alive for a long time is because
Kobe supremacy.
Kaido, you can get God Valley's flashback from Kaido, and the last person who it would make sense to get it from would be Garp, since he was the only person there on the Marine side.
Facts.
The thing is, if Blackbeard needs something about rocks, he needs to learn about rocks in some way, or he needs to learn about God Valley. Maybe he uses pudding to get the memories from Garp somehow, and that might be why he took.
Whoa! That actually makes a lot of sense.
Fiasco to bring all the pieces together, and I'm not like.
Hey yo!
Like it would make it sense of all the different things that Blackbeard has, like the pieces to Exodia, right? Now,
yeah, kind of, yeah.
Because Blackbeard, like they were saying, he's a. Oh, dude, you're right. Because Blackbeard is a really good strategist, and it would make sense because now he has pudding. Oh, yo.
Let's say there's a moment that Garp only remembered this happening because he fought Sebek, and that's probably what your kickstarts the flashback, or gives us a moment that's going to lead eventually to the flashback actually happening.
Yes.
One character you'd like to get his memories would be Garp.
That's wild.
Things that he.
That's a wild theory. I like it though. I think he's probably right about
One
that.
thing I just wanted to add with the Kobe thing, and this is not really so much anything like big.
That's crazy. What?
But some people brought up that like, wait a sec. Well, Kobe Blackbeard saw him ordering around the Seraphim, so Kobe probably has an authority chip. Blackbeard saw how terrifying the Seraphim was, kidnap Kobe, get the authority chip, so he has that now.
Oh, that's a good
Yeah,
idea.
he could get a hold of S Snake, and it's
Dude, these guys think about this stuff in a way that I just don't. My brain does not work this way.
is S Snake, and it's because of that that Blackbeard's able to get basically what he was after at Amazon Lily anyway.
Yeah.
The Mera Mera no Mi.
I have to say that I really do wish that there is more emphasis on Kobe and that we really do see him like kind of grow towards his dream, because I feel, for example, Film Red did more character development for Kobe than the entire story has so far, and I really want to see
Really?
you know,
I didn't know Kobe was. I need to watch Film Red, dude. I'm still pissed I missed it in the theater because I wasn't far enough along.
Marines counterpart to Luffy and developing more like that, and I really hope that Oda kind of takes this whole opportunity with Blackbeard to do that more.
So
Because
do we
in
we
the
think
story-
Kobe is going to be the Garp to Luffy?
I mean, he's literally called the new hero of the Marines. That's like his new epithet. He's the hero of Rocky Ford.
True.
The parallel is very much there.
I really want to know more about Rocky Ford also.
Fleet admiral right after, and then Kobe's an admiral, and eventually Kobe becomes fleet admiral.
Yeah. But I feel like some
This is
I could see that.
reaches the end.
So we like
Dude, what if we saw something like Kobe versus Akainu or something? That's crazy to think about, but like, I don't know.
50 years.
Kobe kind of fucking hates shit like that. People like using their power in that way.
Marines that we know.
I heard the resignation in Bronco's voice.
Yeah, the depression was in there.
listen. Luffy's Jesus now, right? And for Kobe to
Yes.
kind of catch up to what Luffy is, it's just,
Yeah. They should have a moment now, like in the actual story, like on screen too, like.
But I really don't think that Kobe is Luffy's Garp. I feel like Smoker is Luffy's Garp. Because
Yeah,
Kobe would he would get bodied by Akainu. I could see him at least standing up to him in some way, like challenging him, if not physically, like in front of people in a way that would. I could see it.
There's a hypothetical parallel between him and Dragon. If Dragon is a former Marine, they both seem to be pretty, you know, like Dragon has an emotional side to him where he wants to save people. Kobe has the same sort of thing going on. So like basically the difference between the two is finding out, you know, basically what the government is doing and how screwed the world is, you know, and then that.
Ooh, hey yo, Sabo versus. That would be hype.
And then, am I still here? Or am I cutting?
You're here.
That would be so hype.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
I'm coming in and out always. I'm not too sure, but
Hey, you're
yeah,
fine.
I'm just letting you cook, man.
I would lose my mind, dude.
Between Dragon and Kobe, or maybe another one that we'll learn from the Void Century as well.
So actually, you got me,
So sorry,
you got
are
me
you
thinking, Joy
supposing
Boy.
that Kobe will leave?
No,
Marines?
I don't think there's enough story for that. I'm just saying that the parallel there, the story beats will be the same, our characters similar enough that you could see where his trajectory could have been if Luffy doesn't save the world.
Also,
Joy Boy, you got me thinking actually, because I'm sorry, Par. You want to go ahead?
No, go for it.
I was just gonna say that with the Marine color coding thing, I think there's something important to that. Specifically, that Kobe's color is more than likely like pink or something associated with pink. We know that in Japanese, pink is, you can refer to pink as Momo. And that also goes with peach. And we
What?
see Momonosuke's
I didn't know that.
ties into the peach symbolism. And something that was actually lost in translation in the Japanese is when he became shogun of Wano, he said that he wanted to turn Wano into a Togenkyo, which is a Japanese word for essentially paradise or like Shangri-La.
Utopia,
And
kind of.
it's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
utopia, but the utopia is filled with peaches, and no one has any like trouble, no one has any issues, no one dies, no one gets sick. So like this association of pink with like peace may be like similar to like the white and dawn association we're getting with Luffy and Gear 5. So like
Dude, these guys are so much smarter than me. I didn't know any of that shit.
Momo, that parallel with like a peaceful reign. I could see that being a thing happening there too.
What?
I don't like peaches.
I like that a lot.
One other thing with what Joy Boy said about he was saying rather than Kobe being the next Garp, right? Then Kobe, you know, Akainu being red and then it being replaced with pink and this peace thing. But on the flip side, if you're saying Smoker is the Garp, the thing about Smoker, I think
True,
is
the amount of
proclaimed as
details I
hero
know.
of Arabasta, right? He got all the credit for it, but we know the falsehoods of that. He was
Yeah, it was a cover up by the Marines at that
so
point. Yeah.
in Joy Boy's parallel of that, would that mean that Garp, that would be the same thing for Garp and God Valley? Does that fall in line with what you're saying? And that might be why Garp doesn't talk about it, he's not proud of it. And the same line, Smoker would never talk about Arabasta. And so
I think a lot of people wouldn't like that because they like this idea of Garp and Roger being equals. And for a lot of the story, that's true with Smoker and Luffy. But we kind of see the difference now. So I think that would.
Yeah, Luffy has far surpassed Smoker. Far surpassed.
I'm still on the idea that everything with God Valley is essentially Roger and Garp realizing that they fought for the wrong side too late. So I think that Rox came in there with the right idea. Like, I'm going to get rid of the celestial dragons. I'm going to stop all of the suppression. And he was just coming at it like super aggressively. But he basically wanted to he wanted to reform the world. And then suddenly, like Roger and Garp are defending all of this. But throughout that, I think when we finally get to the God Valley flashback, we're going to see that Roger and Garp realize or learn from Rox certain things that may have happened in the Void history that change or color their opinion on everything. Because Roger immediately
Interesting.
decides, I'm going
Dude, God Valley flashback. I'm gonna make a prediction now. It's gonna literally be like a top 3 flashback in the entire story.
Celestial dragons. Was it learning information from Rox? So it's there.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be as cut and dry as like Rox was bad and Garp took him down with Roger.
I agree with that.
I agree with that.
I agree with that too.
I completely
It's
agree
going
with
to be
that.
nuts.
And I
It's going to be
also think
absolutely
that's
insane.
probably more likely the reason why Garp doesn't like talking about God Valley, rather than the fact that it would be a more similar situation to what, say, happened to Smoke at Arabasta, where he's just not proud of the fact that obviously he took all this glory when he knows that it wasn't him.
Fujitora is the only person that actually just was like, no, I'm not taking this.
No, yeah.
True.
He exposed it. He exposed it.
The only thing I'd like to mention is that Roger.
Kaido got his fruit from Big Mom at God Valley. Oh, dude, holy shit. Yeah, there's a lot at God Valley that needs to be like explored.
I was gonna suggest like the idea that
Like, there's so much.
Flashback with God Valley. It's not actually Roger or Garp that actually killed Zebek. Maybe something that happened with the Celestial Dragons, and because it's a cover-up, they went and said it was Roger and Garp that had done it. But in actuality, they saw something happen where maybe like an unfairness or so, like Zebek got or whatever, right? Or something happened. They say like an atrocity there, and then they found out about maybe something to do with him because the whole erasure of God's Valley itself, and that's probably why they don't talk about it, because they saw the ugly side of what it means with the Celestial Dragons, why Garp doesn't want to associate with them, doesn't want to be an admiral, because he knows that means being connected to them. So maybe that's also another side we could see from that.
Well, do we all agree that like God Valley was most likely nuked by Eam? That's kind of the story?
Well, I mean, that's almost, we have Sabo here. Let's ask Sabo, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the deal, and the thing about that is.
Oh no, he never existed.
That was good.
Oh my god. Oh.
Wouldn't that be something?
Yep.
Like, Sally's still alive, bro?
Sabo, what did you see? What happened?
I can't. My lawyers have specified that.
Oh, really? I mean, it's kind of crazy to me that Sabo saw like someone sitting on the empty throne and was just like open the phone line like, Dragon, I can't believe what you saw.
I love that they specifically, because they have the white Den Mushis that block wiretapping, and they even mention like he's not using one of those, and I'm like, why?
Why not?
It's like it takes too long. I'm like, what are you talking? How long does it take to attach it? Like, okay.
You would think the chief of staff of the Revs would have one on hand.
You think so, right? Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he had to escape Reverie. He doesn't have all the gear on him or whatever.
Well, and especially him infiltrating the Reverie and the marriage rite, you'd think like, in his back, his infinite pocket, he would have.
Now, to address the whole thing of like the way I believe he did die, he did not die. The way he escaped Lelucia is that if you see when the light comes down, Sabo's kind of looking to his left, like the light is happening around him. I think he was on a ship around the island. He wasn't actually on the island.
That's got to be what it was.
That's probably because you can't. How many Sabo fake out deaths have there been? Like even for One Piece.
Get it right the first time, the second time, third time's the charm.
Like third time's the charm. We're gonna kill Sabo eventually, guys. Don't worry about it.
So would that mean to you that because from the portrayal of the panels, Sabo didn't complete his conversation with Dragon, but if he wasn't hit, then does Dragon know the rest of what Sabo said?
I mean, you could have also said this massive energy discharge from this laser cannon might have just scrambled the call right there. I mean, you could just say that. Yeah.
The microwave interfered with my internet.
I would have said, it might be something like that. Yeah. I don't know how like Den Den Mushi communicates psychically. I don't know how the signal gets interrupted.
We
We're
can learn
playing.
that from Vegapunk at least. Doflamingo's
Yeah, we can learn that from Vegapunk. Yeah.
Doflamingo's birdcage interrupted the.
Yeah, yeah, that's something I've always been interested in.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
maybe just like hockey or devil fruit powers blocks the reception. That was always interesting. To
So
me.
I had a video on that, and I think what we talked about a lot was that the bird cages represents a
Oh.
Faraday's cage kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so
Sorry, I
that
just heard an
interrupts
alarm outside
signals,
my apartment.
period. And a lot of what that video is talking
Den
about
Den
like,
Mushi
observation
fruit.
hockey and how different things are interpreted. So I would imagine One Piece Wi-Fi
Is that-
interacts the same
Not
way.
that great. Yeah.
Am I dumb? I am. I mean, I know I am. What, Den Den Mushi.
Luke, was just right in front
You're
of you.
thinking, yeah, you're now. Wait,
Oh, those are the snails. Oh, that's funny. That'd be so fucking funny.
Before it was brought up that Emo destroyed that Madoff destroyed Lushan the same way that it destroyed God Valley. And the thing is that, it was confirmed in that chapter that Emo is considered the king of the world. And that's word by word, even in Japanese, the exact same title that Rox Dijabag wanted. And I think that undoubtedly it's like, maybe there's the theory that like they could be the same person or maybe not, but at the very least there is a connection between Rox and Emo in some way or another. And I think that connection probably runs deep into how a lot of those mysteries connect together.
I love that. I love that twist in you and Gemini's The Return to Reverie. That was like, oh my god, I never.
Germa
even
had
thought of
snail
that, but
ships.
That does
Yeah,
make sense.
Actually,
Yeah, we'll meet someone who's just actually. It turns out all of the snails are people who ate Den Den Mushi fruits.
There's definitely a parallel between Rox and Emu going on here, and whether or not they're the same person, that's up for debate. But like the idea, the conclusion I came to based off that line of thinking was that Emu may have been someone like Rox 800 years ago who gathered 20 kings together, as Rox gathered like a big pirate crew of future emperors. We see now that Big Mom is like a queen but also a pirate. Doflamingo was a king and also a pirate. So like maybe those 20 kings were not simply kings, but they were also pirates at the same time. Yep, and then whoever Eam was.
Man, these guys are so much smarter than me.
Formed the world government. That's where it, that's
so
how.
You're under the impression hidden that like Eam is some kind of like immortal being. I've always gotten the impression that it was like a ghost or a zombie, not a zombie, but like vampire or something. I don't know, something like yeah.
If they've been around for that long, you have to think it's immortality.
I have two potential answers for that. It's either the immortality procedure is like the most obvious thing to do. The second one that I came up with after recent chapters was that Eam is essentially a supercomputer, like Matrix style.
Oh my god, that's
supercomputer.
What?
So like, what if they actually made punk records? And what if, just like Shirahoshi is like, I guess, the conduit for Poseidon, and maybe Momo is a conduit for something else related to Zoe, or knocking down the walls to release Pluton. Eam is like a human that's connected to this ancient like punk records or something like that, and because of that,
interesting.
Basically hook up and sync up to the world, and when people, go to sleep, their dreams sync up to the giant punk records, and that's the whole. And the Gorosei would be like the Vegapunk satellites. The Gorosei are
wild.
5 Elder Stars are 5 satellites for each of the 4 blues in the Grand Line. They're satellites of Eam. That's what I.
Wild. What?
So like the One Piece world is like a simulation, and if like Lucio was like zapped out.
Oh, one sec, guys.
The next part
I have to mute myself for a second. I'm getting a call.
So like punk records, right? They stored Vegapunk's brain inside this giant egg. But like, if you were to store like all the memories or dreams of the entire world, where do you store it? My logic was to jump to the ocean. No, the ocean.
Oh, okay.
Because liquid state storage is incredibly effective compared to storing it in a solid thing. So like, you store something in liquid, it can fit a lot of information. The world is covered in liquid.
It's a super ocean, basically.
Yeah. And so that makes you think, if they store dreams in the ocean, and then let's say fish swim in that ocean, the dreams of humanity are in the ocean.
I'm back.
Fish swimming. What happens to the fish swimming? They become, maybe they mix with people. What happens to the water when a giant elephant sprays that water on its back? What happens to the jungle animals living on its back? They become human-like. What happens to the birds in the sky? They become human-like. When you put the dreams of humanity in the very water that covers the planet, maybe that's where all the races of the One Piece world came from. Maybe that's where everything in the One Piece world came from. And this giant punk records is being hidden away. You see that ring around punk records that Vegapunk has? What is the red line? What if the red line is that giant ring around a world?
This is a fucking insane theory. Holy shit.
Have any weed? I feel like I need weed.
Crazy, right?
I don't know what seasoning Hidden just used, but
punk records. Punk records. If it's the ocean, Umu. What is IMU backwards? Umi.
Yes, the C. Yeah, that one's in. Yeah.
Let him cook. Let him cook.
I
Let him
was
cook. Let him cook.
What?
Reverie right now with that theory.
Bro, Hidden just dropped like 30 points in the third quarter, man. That's actually crazy.
That was wild.
Just bang after bang.
What Roger just mentioned, like, so last review I brought up the shadows theory, and I want to shout out Hidden because me and Hidden, we have a lot of theories that are actually like the same side or different sides of the same coin. So I had the shadows theory and he had a light theory, and in the same light with the everything coming from the water, I have a few theories where it was like even the celestial dragons could be fish in this sense, and that sounds crazy, but it's like
What?
think about Kaido's fruit, right? It's classified as it's a dragon, but it's classified as a fish, which kind of means that dragons are fish in the One Piece world. And that's interesting to me because when you look at Fishman Island, it's not Fishman Island, it's Ryugu Kingdom. It's Ryugu Palace. And they have a giant dragon at the top. Why would Fishman Island have a giant
Dude, these are all blowing my mind.
Have a statue of something that wouldn't be a fish. And so then I was thinking, like, wait, that's kind of crazy because then what if the celestial dragons were from Fishman Island originally and they were like the royal family, and so the celestial dragons is just on the nose? And when you think about that, it's like, how many times has Oda misdirected us with tribe names or lineage names? Like, giants are giants, long arm tribe is long arm tribe. Like, every single one of those is right there. So then in Hidden's context of like,
Hey, yo, this is fucking insane.
the source that they're controlling, Emu, then it would make sense why the celestial dragons or some of the celestial dragons have some kind of connection to Fishman Island. And the other part of that was a lot of people, and this was a small thing that's really funny. A lot of people looked at Road to Laughtail, the concept art for Kaido's hybrid form, and it was just like they liked the long neck one, the one that was like really crazy looking,
Like
and
the snake neck. Yeah,
and it's like, why didn't Oda choose that one? And I was like, maybe he was saving that for Eam. And if you look at the silhouette,
Hey, yo.
Eam was just a dragon human looking thing, and then the end villain being a dragon human, like that would be kind of crazy to me. So
I wanted to say
What?
the theory is actually even
Dude,
more
these
fun.
theories are wild.
Without specifically spoiling anything from the plot, One Piece Odyssey confirms that the Ancient Kingdom did have supercomputers that stored a lot of data.
Wow.
So
Okay.
that's kind of like
Okay, here we are then. All right, we're in the Matrix.
Even another level of that, I feel like the most basic way of looking at it is like the very beginning of Egghead Island, right? Finding out that this technology from the Ancient Kingdom is even more advanced than what we thought all this super advanced Vegapunk stuff was. Just goes to like further prove that they could potentially have some kind of massive supercomputer or some AI thing or something that a lot of other people can't fathom. Right,
Yeah,
right.
in the present time, we just dumbed down the entire world, whereas like it's been advanced since time.
Yeah.
It's just people that took it away from us.
So like think about like if this supposed energy is like dynamic, it can be used to power anything, and it's an.
I'm speechless. I'm just
solve
listening.
all the world's problems. Well, how do you create infinite energy? You need to have a perpetual like motion machine of some sort. If you have an entire planet, if the energy source is dreams, well, people's dreams never end. So people will always
Oh!
dream. The more energy gets created, and if you have a way to pull that energy, maybe Eam is like literally feeding on the dreams of the world. Oh my
What the fuck?
Doesn't sleep for a reason related to this. So like,
What the fuck?
This is wild.
Matrix.
Man.
Everyone's a battery. It's Matrix.
What?
And Roger's actually like,
Dude.
the Ancient Kingdom being futuristic, something that like in chapter 99, it's like
What the fuck? My mind is blown.
But that's essentially what it says.
Holy shit, that was wild.
And that like makes a lot of sense with like.
No way. No fucking way. I want that to be real.
I know this might be a talking point later on, whether Vegapunk's a fraud. I know there's a part of the community that believes that, but one way or the other, when history
That was insane.
Recreating, imitating.
What the fuck?
And so with a lot of the creations that Vegapunk has created, you can see that probably existed in the past in some form. So then with Vegapunk,
I'm just sitting here, dude.
I have my own separate theory about a punk record existing in the past, and Tekking actually brought it up. It would be the moon, and there's a lot of different sides of that.
Yeah. The moon has to be relevant in some
right.
Point,
But one of my favorite parts of what Hidden's theory, everything aside, it would be really cool if Eam was a central figure that had satellites just like Vegapunk, and that was the parallel. And the Gorosei being the satellites of Eam, that would I think it would play really well, because right now what Oda's doing is he's introducing us to that concept on Egghead of what these satellites look like, what they act like, how they function, and then you go to a higher level eventually with the Gorosei, because then the Gorosei would just be like, a perfected or a better version of that. I think one question I wanted to ask you guys, and I don't know if like the community
These theories are fucking insane, dude.
Vegapunk said clones for the satellites, and some look like humans and some look like
This is
robots,
crazy.
and maybe the perfected form is what the Gorosei
They don't
are,
play.
humans.
I didn't know. I've been sleeping this whole time.
I don't know. That just brings up the question of who they were cloning.
I've been sleeping.
All in all, I really love that theory that Hidden brought up.
I will say also, there's the fact that we don't know the name of the Gorosei.
Dude, that dreams one, that just, my whole world is shattered.
That's the thing. It's on purpose for a reason. Because who cares about what their names are?
Do they have like elections like between celestial dragons, like who gets to be the Gorosei? Like that's a weird thing. Like where do they?
This is fucking
these
insane.
guys?
Oh my god.
Hidden, didn't you tell me something like what the Gorosei like kind of refers, like means or something like that? Did something like star?
5 elder stars.
Five elder stars. And yeah, like Vegapunk is the main stellar body.
Oh
right?
my
So like
god.
5 elder stars. They're the stars that. Yeah. Yeah.
One thing I wanted to say, I wanted to actually ask Artur because
It goes so deep.
Well, the whole thing with like, okay, Emu, Umi, backwards. In the chapter where Vegapunk was talking about the devil fruits and desire and all that stuff, he mentions in some translations it's like Mother Sea, and others it's like Mother Nature. What's the real translation on that, please?
It's the mother of nature.
Okay.
The sea.
And actually,
Yeah, the
regarding
sea.
that, something that like when I thought about it, that makes a lot of sense. I think that part of the myth of what like Vegapunk says, he says that the sea rejects Del fruits because they're unnatural or even artificial, if you want to be very literal. And the thing that I really like about that is that I think the concept is that all evolution started from the sea. Like literally creatures were born in the sea and then they evolved and they went to land. So now you have like these fruits that have allowed people to evolve beyond anything that humans are capable of, so they cannot go back to the sea. It's like evolution itself is like, okay, you're going so forward, you can't go back. And that's like really part of the reason why they can't.
Whoa.
Definitely
What?
had a thing with this, but I just didn't understand like the whole like bigger scope. I guess.
I've also wondered if I can say something really quickly. Sorry, something, Mr. Vice, very quickly. I also wonder if if there is more of a reason why Del fruits are weak to water, and I wonder if that connects to the fact that Blackbeard can literally generate water with his black vortex, which in Japanese is literally called black water, and he uses like this black vortex of water, and when he touches people,
It goes so deep. What the fuck?
because it's literally water, and it's like, maybe it's like, what if the weakness to water is because someone, maybe the creator of dolphins or something, want to make one dolphin that could have an advantage over all the others or all that stuff.
One thing about that, just really quickly, was so I made like a discrepancy about that, and I recognize that it said water there, but one thing that was weird to me was that when Devil Fruits users touch sea stone or they're in water, they feel weakened, but when Blackbeard touched Luffy and Ace in the moment, they weren't exactly weakened in the same way as sea stone would do to them. They lost their powers, but they weren't weakened in the same way. So
I mean, it was just an instant.
yeah, but like they were still able to talk and function. Whereas if they touch like, and then there's the degree of sea stone that we learned on water on Wano about that. But I wonder with Blackbeard's situation, because they completely lost their devil fruit powers, but Ace was still like, there. He was still functioning.
There was very little water.
Interesting stuff. Oh my god.
Interesting detail that.
If it helps for me to. Oh,
yeah, want to say something?
Joy Girl?
Yeah, Joy Girl wanted to say something.
Just before we move on from the whole Imu Umi and that, obviously referring to sea in Japanese discussion, my idea actually after that chapter, I think it was 1069, was that instead of, I really like your idea, Hirden, about, Imu being the manifestation of this, giant supercomputer. But I was thinking, what if Imu was actually the representation or sort of the, some sort of manifestation of Mother Sea and, or like Mother Nature, really. And so that's another way to explain Imu's immortality, that Imu is this immortal Mother Nature figure. And the whole Great War between the Ancient Kingdom was actually that the Ancient Kingdom was this, super technologically advanced kingdom that was trying out all of these experimentation with the robots, with the devil fruits, and Imu didn't like that. Imu didn't like that there was something threatening Mother Nature that was doing all of
This is amazing. Everyone has
nature wasn't necessarily
Such different ideas, but they all make sense in their own way.
that could also like fit in with a lot of these other ideas that we've had in One Piece, like you know, the idea that there are these morally great characters. That obviously Imu is obviously the big bad baddie in this situation right now, but then also it's like, actually, let's take a step back, and maybe from Imu's point of view, Imu actually had good intentions and then sort of got twisted on the way, committing genocide to stop
Oh, oopsie. Committed a genocide.
the way that I pictured it is a Hanami in Jujutsu Kaisen sort of situation, who had a point when he was talking about, the natural environment and how humans are treating the natural environment, also, fitting in with, like, I guess, bigger ideas like happening in the real world of like climate change, that, we do know that Oda, not specifically about climate change, but Oda likes to bring in like key themes and key points from real
True.
life into his story. And then also what Rayleigh says to the Straw Hats all those years ago, when he says that when you actually come to Laugh Tale and you find out the full story, like, you might come to different conclusions. Is like, actually, hang on a second, that Void Century, what happened during the Void Century could have been like a lot more, could have been, not as clear cut as we might have assumed.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, these are awesome.
Two thoughts.
These are so interesting.
Discussion a little bit ago, but as far as the sea counteracting devil fruit abilities, I really like the idea that the sea is your sort of gateway to the afterworld. You could relate this to actual pirate stories like B. Jones' Locker, sort of.
Which has
Ooh.
been referenced in the story.
Right, but devil fruits are a
Ooh.
form of life, and it just intuitively makes sense to me that if the sea is the sort of gateway to the afterlife, that as you get in it, you start to pick apart at this lesser form of life. So that's one thought. My other thought as well is I made a theory on this recently that I thought was really interesting. I don't particularly like the idea that Eam is actually like nature or that's his sole motivation.
Oh,
But
this is
I like
Joy
the
Boy?
idea that there's other devil fruits like Luffy's, the sort of hidden from history god fruit type things. One that's really
I could see
popular
this.
is obviously Moon, Blackbeard and the Moon. But I like the idea that there's a sea god as well, which would relate to Japanese mythology of Susanoo and Amaterasu and
Tsukuyomi.
and Tsukiyomi, right?
Yeah.
Those are the three main gods from Japanese lore, and that's the sea.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, I agree with that too. I like the mysticism angle, and that's something that comes up in One Piece a lot. Is like magic versus like science, or like, is everything going to be explained?
True.
Is there magic behind everything, like powering this stuff? And then we see that kind of like with Nolan and Caligara. It's like the magic versus science kind of angle, and I think that's like a question Oda brings up a lot. So like when it comes to Eam, I wonder if he's gonna take the angle of like Eam is an artificial thing, was created by humanity maybe all this time ago, or was Eam something that humanity created kind of through a magical means or imagination, or were the gods always there? I think that's a really interesting. Yeah, it's a really interesting like dichotomy that Oda keeps bringing up.
Yeah, not to mention we're getting like the prelude to it as well through Vegapunk, and then getting the actual answer from like him. So it's a nice connection there.
Yeah, for sure.
Joy Girl's point and Joy Boy's, that actually, Joy Boy and Joy Girl connecting on a point was that
Joy-san.
Joy-san.
was like, the idea of a past mythical hero, but there was something, and I haven't put this video out yet, but you know what, like in the recent chapter, Vegapunk.
This guy, I'm letting him cook. This guy has really good ideas.
For Nika or liberation, Sun God Nika will always exist. It won't truly disappear. And the thing about that is that we know that the world government is like heavy on propaganda, but they had a propaganda thing that I feel like gets swept under the rug, and it would connect to what Jorgo's saying about, Mother Nature, Emu being that person. If there's a warrior of liberation, they actually have propaganda for the warrior of the sea, Sora. And so it could be that Sora was, that was propaganda, but it said it was based off of true stories. It could be those true stories stemmed from the original times. And just like Nika's stories continued, Sora's stories continue in this form of the comic strip, which would be really interesting because if Mother Nature is the sea, then their warrior would be Warrior of the Sea. And that could be the mythical hero where it's like, I don't know what, like if Luffy's a sun god Nika, maybe it's like sky god Sora, but Sora already means sky. So I'm not too sure about that, but then you get the idea too that they also said that Sora teamed up with a really giant robot. And I was thinking like,
Yeah.
is that the legendary Iron Giant now? Are we connecting all these dots? Was that comic
Shout
strip
out to the movie, by the way, too. Like,
Oh, great movie. Fantastic.
love that film.
So that, I mean, there's a few things where it's like maybe somewhere along the lines, like I was almost thinking like maybe Vegapunk, like that
Kitty.
random person that they were
Hello,
talking about,
Salem.
like that
Say
was
hi to
nearby.
everyone.
Maybe that's Sora. Maybe Eam has like Sora hidden in. Maybe Luffy has to fight Sora, or maybe team up with Sora. But
So like,
you'll hear
what
more
do you
about
think's
that.
like, what do you feel is like the end game here? Like, if it turns out that Eam is like some deity, like, you know, how is because the implication is eventually the Tenryubito system's gonna fall, the Revolution Dragon and all that stuff. Eam's gonna get discovered. Like, how was like Eam could just be like, I'm a god, so you all die. Like, is that, like what's gonna happen here?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
malfunction or something.
yeah, yeah, something. Somebody has to defeat him.
Here's a small thing about that was like on Eam's side. If Eam was this god to can like uh give you powers or whatever, it makes the devil fruits even more interesting because they are like fruits. They kind of stem from nature because they're fruits, but at the same time, it said Mother Nature loads them, and so they take their ability away, their ability to swim. And that was what's really interesting about Sora. Actually, was it said that Sora was able to walk on water, like not run like Brook, like walk on water like Jesus. So I was thinking like if
Fascinating.
devil fruit users are loathed by the sea and they can't swim, maybe Sora was blessed by Mother Nature, and that's why they can walk on water. They can do whatever they want with nature. So there might be a whole like separate dichotomy where, you know, you were saying like what's the end goal? Well, we don't know what the story is with the God Knights. Do the God Knights have some kind
Yeah,
of
that's
Oh
interesting
yeah,
too. It just came out of
royal,
nowhere too with it. I'm
the
like,
Royal
wait a minute, there's
Tribunal
another
or whatever
system
they're
here.
called.
Like,
Yeah.
Man, there's so many details that just go over my head.
Also kind of like wondered that maybe, you know, if someone like Blackbeard does have powers that connect more to the water, because I feel like it's already been strongly implied that Blackbeard's Fruit may also be one that was under a different name or something like Luffy's, because unlike Alogia, he can't dodge attacks, he can't fully transform into the element, you know, so it might be another like Zoan type, you know, like maybe some like devil type.
Oh yeah, because it was listed as Yami Yami in the encyclopedia, but it's still a different, just like the Gumu Gumu no Mi. Yeah.
Yeah, because he can't transform like a Logia. He doesn't have exactly properties of a Logia. So I was thinking like maybe the Devil of the Sea or something like that. But like just as a concept, I'm not sure if it could fully work out. But like imagine a scene where Blackbeard like is defeated, falls into the sea, right? Is drowning, but then just rises up and starts like walking in the sea or something.
Oh my god.
I mean,
That would be crazy.
would actually drown in the sea, like that's how way he goes out. Like, but
Someone needs to at some point in the story.
That would be
I mean,
perfect.
he's the one character that makes the most sense. Like Luffy and him are fighting in God or whatever the Raftel and stuff at the end. He tries his hardest to get right back up, and then it's like one hand out, but then he just falls right back in, and he's in Davy Jones.
Just follow up with what happened with Big Mom and Kaido. Just drop him in a hole. He'll either.
It's either Blackbeard for me, Rocks, you know, is a possibility for his death, or Akainu.
It's got to be Blackbeard, because like Law literally dropped the seed for us in the last interaction. He was like, "Hey, you're eating a lot of devil fruits, man. That's gonna mean your hammer."
Greed is gonna
Like,
come back and bite him. And stuff,
yep,
so,
that's
yeah.
Blackbeard is like, "Oh, that's
You're
the risk I
human.
accept." Yeah, exactly.
If
Yeah.
the final fight takes place in Marijois, and especially with the red line being destroyed, like Blackbeard falling off the red line and falling into the sea, or as the red line gets destroyed and Luffy punches him down towards like Fishman Island, and he ends up drowning in the sea, that could work really well.
Yeah. Good. I mean, I need Blackbeard out of here, but like, you know, we'll get there when we get there.
Anyway,
Hold on, Sage has been trying to speak for like 5 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so, welcome Sage, welcome Townsy.
Hi.
Hey, Sage.
Hey, Townsy.
Hello.
Hey, Townsy.
I just wanted to quickly come in on the Blackbeard thing. Someone earlier was talking about maybe his throat is related to water, and something I've been thinking recently is the idea that his fruit is related to the abyss rather than space darkness. So you still get that crushing pressure effect, but rather than it being like space, which we don't think has any effect at all on devil fruits, but the abyss of water, which does have an effect on devil fruits. And someone was saying about that earlier. And what I specifically think it might be related to is Davy Jones's locker. Because when they pay tribute to Davy Jones in Long Ring Longland, they throw 3 coins into the ocean, and it's a specific number that's shown, and 3 is the number that relates to Blackbeard.
Yo! That's such a small detail, but like the whole thing with the 3s and Blackbeard, yo.
I was thinking of it. This is a little bit. This is not related to the 3 coins thing, but like, you know how like devil fruits are based off of like the story of like Adam and Eve with like eating the forbidden fruit, the devil.
No, I never heard that.
No, I never heard that. It's a little bit niche, you know.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, in the book of Genesis, where that story is, right before that, it talks about how the world was created, right? When God said, "Let there be light," He created the sun and the moon. He created two lights. But prior to that, it said that there was a void, a watery void, and nothing else. So it was nothing but darkness and water. And then that was countered by God saying, "Let there be light," and then He created the sun and the moon, the two big symbols that we see in.
Hold on a second.
So I think that void.
Hold on.
And this connects to like the dark water, the black water with the Blackbeard move. I think there's 100% some connection to be made there. That's really interesting.
I just remember, way back when
What
Davey
are you
Back
leaving?
was weekly. The sheer amount of Davey Back theories, or just Davy Jones theories, were just outlandish, and for many years after. And it's something that doesn't really get brought up as much now.
Yeah.
Years ago, wow.
I mean, the big connection there is
resurfacing is going to happen eventually.
The big connection was like during Davy Back, Robin kind of mentions Hachinosu, not by name, but like it was Pirate Paradise, and I'm like, oh, okay, so probably rocks had something to do with the Davy Back, and probably more brutal during his time period. I don't think he was doing skating ring battles, like like the Fox.
Soccer.
Yeah, let's play the rocks. Like, let's play soccer, and you got Whitebeard and everybody there.
Who's got the ball? Kaido's the ball.
Exactly.
Kaido's the ball. He's the
Instead of slide tackle, just punch each other in the face and stuff.
I mean,
Also,
Oda drew who Davy Jones is in the SBS, and he's just like, he was like a random pirate. So
Hey, they could show up in the flashback eventually, for rocks and stuff, for all we know.
I want the backstory for Vanderdecken. Damn it! Like,
yes,
Vanderdecken is a mushroom. Come on, guys.
Oh my god.
Can I take a moment to just shout out that we have 3,400 people in here right now?
Damn.
Hey, let's go.
Oh, that's wild. I didn't know so many people were watching this.
3,400 likes. What's going on?
3,407 because that's how many people are in here. Hey, welcome in, Azale. I hope I'm saying your name right when I say it like that.
Yeah, guys, click the like button and the suit comes off. All right.
Click the button or Sabo dies for real this time.
Hi.
There's somebody that hates Sabo that's just like, nope, I'm not just there.
I did want to mention actually, when you were talking about Zebek and the premise that he uses the Davy Back fights, I think a lot of people have stumbled across that kind of thought process. But what do we think about the Darkness fruit being Zebek's fruit, but the Davy Back fight that helped because everyone with a Devil fruit power just got their power stripped away? And if you go back to Long Longland, I know again, but if you go back before the games go for some of the final games, the sky goes entirely dark. The cannon fire makes the sky entirely dark, so the whole island looks like it's surrounded by dark clouds. And it's like a really interesting motif, given that nobody there has any kind of wind or dark or anything power. But
I never thought that Long Land would somehow become important.
I think that would make a lot of sense, especially why Zebek was able to win all of these powerhouses.
This is my problem with it. I have no problem with him having this crew. I have a problem with them all having the level of respect they had for him and still doing what they're told.
To a degree, but I think that he has an infectious
Hey.
personality. I think when it comes time when we find out about.
Sorry, my cat's messing with the door.
His goal.
I don't know if you can hear it.
Understandable. You look at someone like Whitebeard. I don't think Whitebeard just joins anyone, and he's certainly not out for. You could imagine Shicky's out for riches. Big Mom, wants to meet husbands, I guess. And Kaido wants to destroy everything, right? But they're all unified under a blanket.
Oh, speed.
That makes sense. So that'll be.
And Whitebeard did specify they fought all the time. They were always
this is something
constantly
he
at odds
enjoyed.
with
That was
each
his
other.
life there. And not to mention the stuff with the taboos too, with Zebek, because it's the way that Oda kind of depicted it, kind of made he got into the nastiest of nastiest things, things that the world should not know about. And I feel when we actually I don't think he's gonna shy away from it. I know he's hide from things over the years and stuff. I do feel when we get there, it's these it's almost if you've read Hakusho, the dark tapes and stuff, right? Chapter Black. I feel it's going to be on that kind of level to a degree where we're going to see those things and be oh wow, this guy was screwed up. He should not have been king of the world at all.
But on the flip side, I would.
We were making parallels before between Rocksteady, Zebek, and Emu, and I had a thought at the time. It's if Emu is Rocks or Rock's equivalent who won from the Void Century. I mean, you got to be real with this. The outcomes could have been a lot worse. Like imagine a lot of other characters in the current world of One Piece who become
Doflamingo.
the world. You know, so yeah, it's not
Ooh.
ideal, but it's still really interesting
I
to
also
see
want to
that there's some measure of order.
throw out that like
Hey.
when we're talking about rocks, like the reputation
Hello
that he has with the
there,
taboos,
General
like, that
Kenobi.
chapter that we got, it was 967, 966, whatever, or 957, sorry, where like Sengoku's telling us about Rox's exploits. But if you were to take a step back and just insert he's talking about Luffy there, everything would apply. Every single thing. The taboos of the world are poneglyphs, taking a stance against the world government, Eni's lobby. So I think when you look at that, well, the world government's going to paint all of our favorite people as bad
My mind
guys.
is
Even
currently
though,
blown.
Rox could easily be one of the worst villains too, but they also say Luffy's one of the worst villains. So I think it makes a lot of sense to me that Rox might not be as bad as we think. And the other side of it too, and God Valley aside, we have to know the truth about that. But the other side of it, the way I look at the Yonkos, I had this Yonko analysis thing, is when you look at what they did when they split up, they each created their own like world or empire. And when you look at what they tried to achieve, right? Big Mom, yes, she was wrong, but she tried to create a utopia where all
It's
races
so interesting, dude. I
harmony,
do
right?
not
All
think this
can be
deep
on the
about
same
this stuff.
staircase. I don't see the world government doing something like that. And then on
I'm
top
about
of
to
that, like
binge
when
a
you look
bunch
at
of
Kaido, like he had a
theory
lot of
videos
messed
this
up
weekend.
things too, but
Or I
he
guess
was
tomorrow.
going for like a meritocracy type of government. And when then like I think in terms of like making this make sense, I think Whitebeard makes the most sense, right? He was a pirate and he was very upset at what he did, but at the end of the day, he was essentially kind of like, trying to protect these nations that couldn't afford the tribute, and was trying to the heavenly tribute, and is trying to prevent his childhood from happening to all these other nations, because his childhood, Kaido's childhood, Big Mom's childhood, all their childhoods were really messed up. And when you take a look at that, Kaido's, Big Mom's, all of them, they all step back and look at the world government, right? He was literally a pawn for the world government. He was being sold like an
True.
animal,
Super soldier, basically, yeah.
yeah. And then Big Mom, she her parents were at fault, but then she was put in this pipeline of orphanage where she was going to become an admiral of some sort, and that was a system
I
supported
want to
by
watch them now. I'm having a lot of fun listening to everyone
Whitebeard didn't know
talk.
exactly, but obviously he has a bone to pick with the heavenly tribute, right? Which is why he opposes it and kind of protects it. And when you look at the Rocks pirate in that frame, it makes you question what Rocks was doing, because if all of these conquerors were underneath Rocks,
Rocks
there
is
has
so
to be
interesting.
some kind of connection point of like, hey, this guy's trying to make a world for like that is better than
That could be
what
fun.
is happening
Seeing the
right
old
now.
theories.
The context of it might not be the best, right? Like Luffy went through and toppled every single one of them and said, I don't like what you're doing, right? And they might have been wrong, but maybe early on they were better off. And as they aged, they got jaded, they got screwed up. And the same reason why Shanks might have passed on his will to Luffy, it might be because as a kid, when you're younger, you have a more wholesome view of the world, and you're not as like scarred by the world government and the atrocities of the world. So
especially when it happens early
Yeah.
too in life as well, because those things are going to stick with you much more than they will when you're an adult. When you're an adult, you're going to know things a bit better, try to at least understand the situation as a kid. That's going to have such a real effect on you, where it's going to shape the mentality you're going to have later on.
His outfit is
And
pretty
going back
cool.
what you were saying, part two, because if that is how you view the thing with Rocks, or where maybe he was doing something else and that's how the world government kind of painted it, kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier about the whole social dragons being the ones that possibly got rid of Zebek. Because if that was the case, then Garp and Roger would have that reason to view the social dragons in that kind of aspect. It's like, this guy was trying to do other things. They're painting in a different perspective. So it's like, why would I ever put myself in a position to work underneath these people or protect them? Because the only thing we know is that Zebek attacked these people, but that's on the side from the world government. It could be that, maybe they had found something, they were doing something, and then, they were attacked afterwards, and then they retaliated as pirates would do, and then led to the situation that happened with God Valley being completely erased.
I love the idea that Rox is a Luffy foil, essentially. Like Luffy's in a roundabout way.
That's so interesting. Like, I would never have made that connection.
That was part of how he recruited everyone. It's like, look, I'm going to make everyone's dreams come true. And I really love it thinking about Blackbeard, because there's already clear parallels between Blackbeard and Rox. So what does that mean for Blackbeard in the future? What kind of reveals are we going to get about his characters, or if he has multiple personalities, or how that works? Is really exciting.
Yeah.
Speaking of
This movie was so excited for this flashback that we're gonna get in like 3 years or 4 years.
Yeah,
or
of course,
something.
3 years. Maybe 2 years.
I mean, like, you know, speaking of Shanks' past, Shanks being from God Valley, like, that's, like, big into how he ties into all of this stuff. What are your thoughts on that?
You guys see my cat up there?
Was that is that already confirmed? Because I think it was like film red or something.
Well, no, it was in the. It's both in the film.
Oh, I'm blocking him.
4 billion thing
Wrong way.
Yeah, volume 4 billion. For whatever reason, there's somebody that goes around the
Just
One Piece
chilling.
world shoving babies into treasure chests. I don't know why this keeps happening, but it happens. It happens.
I'm still waiting on the Viz version for them.
The Stork was a pirate. The Stork pirates just oh god.
We don't want to spoil Film Red for anybody who hasn't already seen Film Red still. I know it's been out for a little while. So
It's almost a year. I feel like it's almost a year. They got a great
Yeah, listen, the wiki exists.
I mean, it was mid anyway.
Wait, are they about to talk about Film Red? No, I haven't seen it yet.
I want to say, without spoiling anything directly, is I feel like because the God Valley thing is obviously canon to the story, right? That Shanks was in God Valley. The one other thing I do think is important to point out, because they brought this up during the talkback at the premiere, is that the whole thing with Uta and like how Uta's actions in the movie are not canon, but Uta the character is canon to the manga. Leads me to
Wait, so Uta is canon? She exists? I haven't seen any of the movies yet. I really want to. I keep meaning to, but I just haven't I haven't sat down and done it yet.
the canon story they can, but then they can kind of disregard what actually happens in that movie, right? They're like, Uta was it totally the adopted daughter of Shanks? Yep. At some point she left the crew. Yep. And Shanks was in God Valley, and that's all you need to know from this movie. And everything else, just ignore what happened. It didn't actually happen. It's fine.
So Roger, your audio is like pretty low. I don't know if you have
low,
a mic set or anything. Yeah, you sound low.
Getting some comments
You're on the
the,
quiet side.
Okay, hold on. Let me update this.
It's Roger without the bass.
There we go.
I get it. Oh my God, Laz. Oh my God, bro.
It was
great. It was great. It was perfect. It was perfect. It's just, goddamn it, Laz.
You know how we do.
I don't know how you do, brother.
Congratulations, Laz. You win today's Reverie.
Yes, he does.
That's great.
Roger without the bass. That was
I know.
off the
How long
cuff,
were you
dude.
sitting
I
on
heard
that?
Rogers Lace before. I never heard Roger without the bass.
You know what's
great?
Rogers Lace.
Rogers
Last
Lace.
the album coming out when?
October, sometime in October. I'm waiting for Dress Rosa first. I mean, we have lyrics there with Rago before.
He's waiting for
My cat is the sweetest boy.
Droptober, do your thing.
Droptober.
The sweetest little guy.
So I want to switch gears a little bit here, guys, because I feel like we've been talking about rocks and God Valley and Emu and all of that for a while. Why don't we? How about the Revolutionary Army? When and where?
Topic.
Do we think that they're going to actually show up?
Tekking's ready for
They're
this.
the Whitebeard pirates of the Final War, in my opinion, and I think Dragon is the Whitebeard of the Final War. Yeah. I think.
I mean, Dragon's gonna die.
Yeah, at the end of it, I think so.
One of these Monkey D's gonna be out of here by the time the story's over.
So like, I see Dragon as like this lurking legend, just like Whitebeard was, and everyone talked about how strong he was, how dangerous he was, and then he kind of came into the story little by little until Paramount War saga starts, and then we get the full focus on Whitebeard. We learn about him as a person, and we come to love him.
Dude, I can't wait to learn about Dragon.
This one war arc. So I feel like with Dragon, hyped up over the whole story, remains a mystery to us, and now we have all this buildup with the final war, with the world government. I mean, who else is going to be leading the charge on that besides
Peachbeard is the Whitebeard. Someone commented that in the chat.
That's their whole personality. Like,
yes.
And what's perfect about that?
I don't know how this will be received, but I kind of like the idea that Garp is your Whitebeard pirates of this final war. And all that it would really require is for the Garp-Blackbeard fight to merge in maybe...
Dragon, Garp, and Luffy? Oh, that would be sick.
Yes.
That would be so awesome.
That's a good point. Revs being the...
I could see it maybe. If Garp survives meeting Blackbeard.
You know,
If he
Whitebeard
survives.
had this whole fleet of like separate pirate crews that weren't underneath him, but that just flew underneath him. And we have the same thing with the Revs, except you substitute that with entire nations, right? Like you add, Arabasta had how many million people in there, and you add a whole army of them, and then they all sail to the final war. You got the entire planet, like half of them, fighting for you. You know?
Not to mention the subgroups right now too with Sabo as well going on too. With what
I feel like a lot of you guys are bringing up a good point too of like when the timing of these fights are going to happen too, right? Like in terms of if these fights are all going to converge or if it's going to turn into the final war. I think another thing to bring up, since we were just talking about Film Red too, in terms of things that might be brought canon in the manga, there's that moment towards the end of Film Red where you get Usopp and Yasop using like the observation hockey to sort of like communicate with each other, and I do feel like that's a little bit of a tease.
Hey, yo, what?
Expect from the final war, right?
Excuse me, that happens in... I need to watch that movie, dude.
Right, we've got Kuma at the red line right now.
I was just gonna bring that up.
You've got Full Lead Island. You've got Garp. You've got Blackbeard. You've got Law. You've got potentially like Laugh-Tale itself. Like there's all these different islands that they can have this massive fight take place that spans the entire world, and everyone can communicate using their advanced observation hockey. Right? You got like Usopp representing for the Straw Hats. You got Yasop representing for the red-haired pirates. You got Katakuri representing for Whole Cake Island, and they're all just using their observation hockey to sort of communicate on all these different fronts. I think that'd be fascinating.
That would be awesome.
You just level up. It's the same thing with like Augur has the teleportation fruit now, so it's like, Blackbeard's fighting Law, so maybe he'll go back to Hachinosu. We don't know the extent of that warp fruit yet. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I mean, going back to like the dragon thing though, because I know it kind of ties back to with him a little bit, because we're still kind of waiting on that moment when Dragon's actually going to have like declare the war and stuff. Because we're talking about like if who's going to showcase like into the world and stuff, like how is that going to be known to everyone? Is that going to be the moment where when Dragon invades, like he's secretly going to have this Den Mushi over there to like
I have the
basically declare
cuddliest
war and show
cat.
that, hey,
He's not
there is
letting
this
me
king of the
sit
world and
here.
stuff, and saying, well, I'm going to take you down, and that's what kicks off the war. Is there going to be like another moment instead that is actually going to do that?
Well, going back to the parallels with Marineford, then the revolutionaries would play a sort of Buggy role. Buggy traveled with the Straw Hats, so you could see, and to continue my thought from before, Blackbeard has Kobe, right? So that's a similar setup to Ace's execution, I would say. Garp then would be the Whitebeard pirates who's coming to rescue their friends, and then it gets complicated really fast. Maybe, you could even consider the revolutionary playing a role of Blackbeard, where they see an opportunity to sort of take down world government in the chaos in a kind of unexpected way. I don't think that people would expect that, but it could be the case.
I just want to clarify. You just made a parallel. Dragon Buggy parallel. I just want to. Okay.
I didn't want to register it either.
Dragon and Buggy. I mean, honestly, they're the same person.
Got all the cameras going and showed everybody what was happening.
I think honestly, if we're gonna compare Buggy to anyone, he's. You know how they draw Luffy and Roger comparisons? No. It's Buggy and Roger.
I feel like the way that Garp plugs into this is that because the final war, obviously Luffy has a vendetta against the world government too.
Feeling in existence of the world.
He has one as well. If we've seen his history.
That's the only way it can happen.
Thinking because of all this is that how like
it's the only way it would work.
Ohara, that the burning of Ohara is what motivated the formulation of the revolutionaries, and the burning of Ohara is the flashback that preceded Luffy declaring war himself on the world government in Enia's lobby. Well, maybe this goes three ways. Maybe because Saul was Garp's friend, Aokiji was Garp's friend. The favor that Aokiji spoke about to Luffy in Long Ring Longland, he said, I owe Garp a favor for something a long time ago. Maybe Garp was who helped him cover up Saul surviving. And Garp is working also with the revolutionaries.
Do I see another Straw Hat joining the crew? I don't know.
Dragon and Luffy,
I don't know if there's enough time left for it to like be impactful, But I also have no idea how much longer the story's gonna go.
With Luffy working with Garp, and each of the monkey family members are leading one of the main factions of the world, the revolutionaries, pirates, and marines, all against the world government. So that's right.
So I'm liking this idea of tying the Revolutionary Army and just saying who the Whitebeard pirates are going to be. Because I've always felt that Luffy and his Grand Fleet really should take the place of the Whitebeard pirates, and basically be that role.
Series is not ending in less than 3 years. He wants to take his time. Dude, that makes me so happy. Give me like another 5-6 years.
Who he's liberated, comes and just we have this massive push.
I mean, he could go for forever.
About the void history and everything like that.
I would keep reading till I die.
Spread this idea of what the void history was. We can get a collective group of anybody could become the Revolutionary Army, right? We saw this in the Flame Emperor chapter, at the end, that islands are already starting to rise up. So from that perspective, that could also happen. I do think that...
Yeah, I could see there being, like, another, like, 300 chapters I can see that. That would be
that's gonna
5,
be
6 years ish.
I think that
Right?
I think
Am I
that
crazy?
What could be referring to there
1,
is
2,
essentially
3,
like
4, 5. Yeah.
One Piece version of Ragnarok.
200 or 300 years, I guess.
We'll get, maybe something that's not
Or
necessarily
300 chapters.
Marine related, unless
300 years, Jesus Christ.
Saul and exactly, all of these.
2027. I think that's probably a good like spot.
But if we
I could see it.
Get a situation where it is, Luffy, the Kid Pirates.
30 a year. Oh, I thought it was closer to like 40 or 50. I guess.
So much,
I could see around like 200 chapters then, if that's the case.
Blackbeard pulling
maybe like between 150 to 200 chapters left. And that gives enough time for like a saga,
Shanks has been drawn to that arc. It could be a way for Oda to just culminate all of that. So maybe the final war isn't actually. I mean, yes, we'll have the war against Marijoa, but maybe one of the real pirate war against pirates will actually happen at Elbaf.
And for the
that would be nuts.
That idea? I would really like that idea. It's just I'm just a bit I'm just a bit I guess skeptical as to whether Oda will do 2 big fights now. The way that I see it, I just feel like there's a bit of a timeline that's been placed on him, and it seems like he's working towards a timeline, and I don't know whether that leaves room for 2 major wars, as much as I would love to see something like that.
Well,
yeah.
There are 2 major wars that have to happen, because it's the war against the pirates and piracy, so that Luffy can become the Pirate King. But then there's also but we have to also free the world from this oppression. So no matter what, we have to.
Battle Royale.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking. That's the reason.
I haven't watched any content from this, but now after I've been listening to them, I want to really bad. I honestly might do a stream sometime this week and just like watch a couple theory videos or something, like shorter theory videos.
Like, oh, this is gonna make Marineford look like a little baby game or
like
something.
A kiddie pool or something
what's
like that.
The quote from Oda? I know you know this.
So it's playing in a sandbox or something.
In his Jump Festa 2018 message, he said that the Luffy legend would be introduced in 2018 in the manga, and it would be really powerful who was connected with Whitebeard, and who would be the strongest enemy the Straw Hats would ever face, and that it would make Marineford look cute by comparison. So that's like
whoa.
Rocks or in. And
there you go. Okay.
That's wild.
Saga because it's when the Straw Hats will face this lurking legend, and that will.
Oh my god.
Which a lot of people mistook for Wano, which is not the case. It's specifically talking about the battle with the lurking legend.
Yes.
Yeah, if we're looking for a place to sort of make a true battle royale with all the factions involved,
that's crazy.
Right now, we definitely need to be wondering whether or not this battle occurs before the One Piece is found, so that we can end it around that time. And something
true
like records could make the message spreading, etc., that sort of thing, a lot easier to accomplish now that it's being brought up. But I like the parallel personally that before in Marineford it was the pirates trying to rescue their nakama from the government, and now. I mean, you have a setup of essentially the thing reversed, where the pirates, Blackbeard, has taken the nakama of the Marines.
He said that Vivi, Hancock, and Sabo. Oh shit!
Literally, every faction in the story can converge right now and essentially become everyone's looking for the One Piece sort of thing.
Man, that makes me so excited based off of what he said this year.
It's going to turn the world upside down, and so
the final war does not have to be at Marriage.
Yeah. I'm really wondering who he means by that person and that person are going to fight, We still don't know what happened with Vivi. That's true.
It just depends on when we actually get the last poneglyphs and stuff, because I do have this weird feeling that if the Straw Hats were to get them, somehow, some way, everyone's going to find out about this, and that's probably going to lead to everyone just battling it out until they get to the Straw Hats, and then let's say it's Teach that ends up meeting with them at Laugh Tale. That's when they have the fight, they find the One Piece, and it's like, wait a minute, you know what? Let's chill on this war. Let's direct it to somewhere else where it needs to be, and that's against the world government, because we just learned something that is pretty important to save the whole entire world.
Interesting.
The only thing that I think that we need in addition to this is the ancient weapons need to become relevant. So something like the Marines on their way here get Pluton from Wano. Wano gets in danger, and that the whole thing with Momonosuke comes back up. And then you need something with the fishermen. Something happens with them. Some drama with Shirahoshi. But I think that that's totally accomplishable on our pathway through Elbaf, and then what comes from that.
I'll be real with you guys. I don't think Blackbeard is going to go to Laugh Tale. I don't think there's going to be a conflict with him at Laugh Tale. I think the conflict right now for the One Piece is going to be related to Shanks, because Shanks right now said
ooh, I hope so.
Blackbeard, as
Dude,
far as I
whenever
know,
more
Blackbeard's trying
Shanks,
to
give me
live up
more
to
Shanks
Zebek's
all the
legacy.
time.
Zebek did not want to become king of the pirates. He wanted to be king of the world.
Yeah.
So it makes the most sense to me. We saw Blackbeard talking about like, oh, who's gonna betray who? Like, what's going to happen? Everything's like coming together. It's going to become some great war, for supremacy or whatever. He was talking about that on Full of Lead. Maybe
I
Blackbeard's
always want Shanks in the story, man. Literally every single chapter could have him, and I would be happy.
Right at the end, he's gonna swoop in and then do his thing to become king of the world.
That's what he tends to do that.
Yeah, he's gonna let everyone fight it out. Like,
I do still love the idea though that like Shanks and a Davy back and some type of confrontation will happen at Elbaf, because there's a lot of things that are lining up, right? You've got Big Mom's history with Elbaf that still kind of needs to be addressed. You've got Kid going there right now to potentially talk to Saul. You've got all the Norse things going on with Shanks' crew, and we know we had obviously the fights with Kaido and the fights with Big Mom. That confrontation between Luffy and Shanks in some capacity still has to happen. And the other thing that I think is so important that people
dude, that conversation when they finally talk to each other, I will cream in my shorts.
Right? The idea that like, where is the location of the final road poneglyph? Because you're supposed to find out about the poneglyphs at the final island on the Grand Line. You're supposed to do the other islands in order. So I think if Shanks is going for the One Piece right now, if that's actually his goal.
But like, why would Shanks want the One Piece also? Is he also just wanting to be the king of pirates? Like, oh my god, it's awesome.
The other Yonko was, or like if he had the information from Kaido, we know that Shanks stopped Kaido from going to Marineford. He could have very well gotten the rubbing of Kaido's poneglyph all the way back then. And so I think, like, tying all of that together potentially with Elbaf, if that is the location of the final road poneglyph, could answer like a lot of those questions and doing it in a timely manner, so Oda could actually still get through what he needs to get through in the story by the time that he wants to finish it.
True.
I think what's interesting with you were talking about the Elbaf note and like Big Mom, something that thanks to Hidden, we had a conversation recently about that, and it was just like Big Mom wanted to marry off her daughter.
I forgot about Uroge. I'm probably saying his name wrong. I forgot about him.
Giant kids or something like that, but how has she gotten all the other race kids? She's literally stolen people and procreated with them. With how, we don't know.
Like, totally forgot about that character.
And so
she made it happen.
But
she made it work.
But with the Elbaf, it seemed like she wanted to be on good relations with them. And what's interesting, like you said, we still don't know what her poneglyph said, despite them, the Straw Hats having it for I don't know how many years at this point. It's still stuck in Brook's head, though, the rubbings of them. And we don't know what's there, but there's a road poneglyph and a regular one. And I almost wonder if that regular one was like had like, you know, ancient weapon knowledge, and it gave us an island, and that might be why she wanted to be on good relations with Elbaf, because the ancient weapon that she wanted to be on good relationship was with on Elbaf. And that's where like Hidden Island hit me with like a really cool idea about why it would make sense that the last ancient weapon would be on Elbaf.
Dude, I fucking hope.
Let's not pretend that Big Mom is an altruistic character, though. She doesn't want good relations because she's a good person. She wants good relations because she wants power. She wants a relationship with the giants because she wants power. She has kids of all of these different tribes because she wants power. She has this very warped sense of like, it's all the world coming together, but it's under her.
It's under her own delusions, basically. Even though there's good intent, it's a delusion.
She herself does not view her as evil. She thinks this is the way the world should be. Everyone equal, as in with, like, I'm on top, of course. You know,
that's also the mindset of like most dictators as well, too. Like,
most dictators don't actually come out and be like, I'm evil. That's not usually how it works.
Do you think that Elbaf is so strong that? Do you think Elbaf is so strong that, like Kaido did to Wano was regarded as very strong, but he still took over Wano? Do you think Elbaf is so strong that Big Mom would
true.
Over if she wanted
I
to?
think,
that's
I think the
part of
Giants
the reason
are too
why they
powerful.
hyped it up for that reason. They said they have the strongest military in the entire world. So for them, like,
I really hope that Saul being on Elbaf, we find out something.
Body by Gear 5th Luffy. Like, I'm expecting like there's one giant there. Like, maybe if we get a Thor, an Odin, someone there that can actually go and just body somebody.
I agree with you.
The underwater Wano stuff is so interesting too. Oh, dude, there's so many mysteries in the story, dude.
Like, I agree with you that I want the Giants to be strong, but remember how Akainu and everyone regarded Wano and their samurais, but we saw their samurais.
They had a bad source. I'll put that. They had a bad source. There's some of them are just whatever. But I'm hoping the Giants are not that good. Otherwise, Oda would not come in.
I think the toothpicks in Kaido. That's more than anybody else could do. You know what I'm saying? They stuck their little toothpicks in Kaido. They strong.
So also, if you
yeah, don't disrespect Kinemon.
My man cut a whole breath. That might have been it, but he did it.
I think the third ancient weapon.
Giants have like there's like giant model fruits, and that they're just like people who ate them. That would be wild.
Yes.
That's what I was gonna say.
It's the same thing with Jeremiah.
They might play baseball with them and stuff.
Body the Jeremiah Kingdom if they wanted to, but you know what's easier? Marry off one of my kids and gain their power without having to go to war with them.
You can relate that to real life warfare as well. You know, you don't want to fight with your enemies to weaken yourself so that you get defeated afterwards.
Exactly.
Another thought that I really like about this, as far as the Giants, I think they live on top of the tree, and so how difficult. Like you would have to destroy the tree to get a thing, which is
Yeah. Oh, so they all have their own. That would be interesting.
right. And I like the visual, and I like the thought. This also relates to Ragnarok of the tree eventually getting destroyed and falling down across the world, which would be fucking awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna say too, JB, because like the whole thing with like the
That would be wild. Yeah, Giants with devil fruits would be OP.
Like the low keys of them, like they're the ones that are actually like the rulers, so they get the opportunity to be there. The ones that are underneath, the ones that I would guess like because of the poverty giants or whatever, they're the ones that stay at the bottom. And eventually when we go up there, that's when we have like the whole tussle of like whatever the conflict may be, because it depends like how long we think Elbaf is gonna be. I think it's probably gonna be around the length of Whole Cake Island. I don't see it being the length of Wano.
I could see that.
Unless we were to get some ties,
Like a Whole Cake Island type length. I could see that.
That's the only way I could see being like that, because then it would actually like open up more things.
Oh, yeah, maybe like it's some kind of a thing that
I've always imagined Yggdrasil
like
being
the
like
strongest in their
sky
society
island, 'cause
get
there's
like
different
OP
realms of
devil
the tree,
fruits,
that's
and they're
the whole
just
point.
super
So
strong.
Just like different cities or maybe towns of like the hierarchy of giants all the way up to the top.
Yeah,
and I think actually,
third floor.
yeah, I think actually on the top of Yggdrasil in mythology, there's like a giant hawk or something.
Yes.
So I don't know, something like that could happen.
I was actually gonna get into. So I actually have some Norse lore I can bring into that.
Oh yay! I love this.
Oh my god.
Interesting stuff. Okay, so with you remember in Little Garden when
Yeah,
William Broggy
having
said that
Hatchroot
their
in there.
attack could basically put a hole in anything with the exception of
except the giant blood-soaked
serpent
snake.
covered in blood. Yes. So I think that's the right line, right? Jormungandr.
Yes.
So this got me thinking maybe the giants and the people of Elbaf, because they're so old and because they're such an isolated culture, maybe they have a different name for all these various things that we've become familiar with.
Red
so
line.
the red line, red circle. So now in Yggdrasil, the giant world tree where presumably they live, there are three like big primary like god beasts that inhabit this tree. There is a serpent that's under the ground, under the tree, which could be like Poseidon and the sea kings in the ocean underneath.
Or
There's something
like
that's at
Nola and
ground
Kashi.
level, or Nola and Kashi. Then you have in the forest at ground level, you have the stags that feed on whatever I think falls from the tree. I might be wrong.
Yeah.
And then at the top of the tree, you have a hawk that's perched on top. And these are like the three layers of the world tree, I'm pretty sure.
Interesting.
I was thinking,
Reminds you of the huge shadows. Ooh, yeah.
What if their name
Actually, yeah.
for Poseidon is Jormungandr, or not Jormungandr, Nidogre, the snake that's like underground, and then I don't know what the name of the stags are.
Hawk thing. Yeah.
And then the bird is unnamed.
Is the name of the hawk. Yeah.
Oh, is that what the name of it is? Yeah.
I
So,
love
like,
how relevant all this discussion is. One Piece is awesome.
Yeah,
this is what I love talking about it.
It's insane. We've been sitting here for 2.5 hours almost, and like non-stop discussion, and it's all been interesting.
I love this.
I want to talk about the hypotenuse.
Hell, I had a conversation with somebody recently about like Spy Kids because of the whole microwave thing that Bonnie and Luffy were like looking for like the food and stuff. Like, oh, like, imagine this and it'll just happen. I'm like, oh wow, Spy Kids, that's awesome.
Spy Kids, there you go.
We know this man he'll put a reference to anything in. Okay, Kylo, when I saw that Game of Thrones reference with my boy Jon Snow / Luffy. Any reference in there.
Elbaf to be, I think it makes a lot of sense for the village of Elbaf to be at the top of the tree specifically because when we saw Elbaf, we saw this like colossal tree, this big Yggdrasil, and like it overshadows the complete island. And the island is mostly mountains beneath it. But then we see the village where Big Mom was at, clear skies, no tree. It's like a completely open sky, so it would make sense if it's on top of the tree where they have access to a clear sky.
Good point.
Yeah.
That's a great.
There was never any explanation of like, them leaving the island or coming down off the tree. It just cuts to like Mother Caramel leaving.
Now, Artur, think of this. If they have that bird at the top of the tree and Uranus is like the one mysterious ancient weapon that's like, we don't know where it is, and that's the Sky God. Maybe Elbaf has Uranus, and that's why Big Mom wants to marry to Loki. That's why no one can make a move on them, and maybe Loki is to Uranus what like Shirahoshi is to Poseidon, and that's why Big Mom wants to make that marriage.
Now, question: since we're on the topic of ancient weapons, what the hell was the thing? What was the laser sky cannon that Eam used then? Was that like artificial Uranus? Or
It's the artificial sun. It's the artificial sun.
Artificial one.
Grab
Yeah,
the Interlude by the ear.
Or at the minimum, some kind of tech from the ancient
kingdom,
Void Century time that.
It's so interesting.
Vegapunk, like the lightsaber could have been his version, his mini version of that.
I feel like it could be Uranus, but I feel like it could be Uranus, and that up until just recently, they didn't have the missing piece, and that's because I believe every ancient weapon is something and then a person. So it's you have Shirahoshi and you have the Sea Kings. You'll have XYZ and then Pluton, the Land Kings, and then you'll have whoever it is, and then Uranus, the Sky King, and that's.
There is something again. I don't want to say this specifically in detail because I do think it is maybe too much of a spoiler, but there is something in One Piece Odyssey that strongly kind of hints that like that might not be Uranus, but that's kind of going to solve the whole thing. But I kind of wonder like
Guys, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to get off in like 15 minutes. I can't stream for super long today. I'm pretty sad about it. This is so fun. I am having the time of my life. I definitely need to watch more theory videos. Because this is I'm so like intrigued. Yeah, I guess this is going for like 8 hours. I might be able to get back on later.
It's like a little Atari 2600 controller. He just like.
But I feel like this is something that they I feel like
crane machine.
This has to be something very time specific though, because
you can't use it all the time.
Well, not only that, I feel like if they had this years ago, they would have used it at O'Hara. If they have access. What's that?
I was just gonna say, one of the things we found out at Water 7 wasn't that Pluton was necessarily the only Pluton, but those blueprints were specifically designed so that if anything was ever created that was similar, there
That's
was a way
true.
to counteract it. The whole point of those blueprints was a failsafe. They were not.
Oh, you got school tomorrow? Rough.
Blueprint.
See ya, Devolver. Thanks for hanging out.
There is no ship. So like, there's the possibility that Vegapunk made something along the lines of Pluton or another Pluton recently, and it is recent, because I do agree that it doesn't make sense to me either that you would send people to do something that you could do with a machine more effectively, like logically on that kind of mass destruction level. Like if you're gonna burn down the whole place anyway.
It might be a thing that they don't like to use super often, so it's like, well, we have a buster call that's usually good enough, but in some cases, like,
All right.
when something silent.
I might have to end it now actually, because I need to be. I'm texting someone right now. I need to be somewhere in like a 10-ish minutes.
It's also a matter of
I feel like this is a good spot. We got through a lot of really interesting stuff at the beginning.
and people.
Thanks for hanging out, everyone. There's a chance I'll be streaming later tonight. If not this, I might be streaming some Odyssey because I want to keep playing that game. So we'll see. One way or another. Tomorrow I'll probably be streaming also. But I also have tomorrow my first One Punch Man video is coming out. I'm super excited. It's a really good series. And then I have a really personal One Piece video coming out later this week that I made actually like last week, but you'll see. All right, thanks for hanging out, guys. Maybe see you later tonight, potentially. But I gotta head out. So later. Bye, everyone.